Persona 5 fans. They've never played the game, but they love it. They swear they love
Listen,
it.
man, don't we talk about Persona 5? Oh, wait, you talk about the fans. Yeah, the fans be out of control sometimes. Yeah, I'll admit that. Persona 5 fans need to stop.
But they've all watched JoJo.
Mic check.
There we go.
Nah, Riku's
Anyway, now.
Everybody, stop talking about Riku. God, he's a good person. You guys don't have to talk that much shit about Riku. Jesus. What's up, Riku?
What? You know what's funny? That entire time I was fixing my headset, I could hear every fucking thing you guys were saying. Alrighty, so
all good things, of course. All good things.
Alrighty.
They were talking about like, that you love to talk and you don't ever stop talking. Man, they were talking about like you look like Pegasus. Oh man, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Pegasus Seiya? Let's go.
No.
Oh come on.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'll stop that now.
It's fun. It's funny.
Wait, who's our second guest here?
Hoodley.
Oh, okay. What's up, bro?
Hey.
Alrighty.
All right, let me make sure everything is going good before people say they can't hear me and whatnot, or they can't hear the stream.
Didn't we get like 30 minutes into a podcast and the entire chat was saying like they couldn't hear Shadow talk?
I think it was 30 minutes. I think it was like maybe like
Might have been
10 minutes.
Oh no.
All right, and that wasn't my fault. That was like almost anybody else's fault besides me. Okay. So that's what it is. Who's that in the background?
Don't worry about it.
That's what it is. Who's in the
yo, Riku got someone. You got someone under the table. Hold up.
That ain't pelvic.
What?
Wow. That ain't pelvic.
Yo, that ain't
Oh
pelvic.
man, what is happening here?
So about the intros though.
Man, listen, man. Let me control my podcast, all right? This ain't the Blake and Friends. This ain't the Bible and Friends. This ain't the Associated and Friends. This is Shadow's podcast, all right?
I'm trying to say, man. I gotta make sure.
The same Shadow that stopped an hour late.
Listen,
Start
man.
the podcast.
Listen, it was never a half hour late. The podcast was supposed to start at 7:05. We went live at 7:05, so we are not late. All right. So if we are late, it's everybody else's fault but me. Okay. So I'm just saying.
I mean, I was here first, so I mean, yeah, just saying.
What the hell?
Hold up.
You're ready to go into press triangle.
According to Blue Streak Mike, there is an echo.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to address here. What's going on,
There's a-
guys? Is there an echo, guys? Chat, is there an echo?
Confirm who has the worst
I
mic.
would be surprised if it's me. It's usually
It could
me.
be a WinMax problem, yeah. If only it was a
my
Steam
Well,
Deck.
see, I say it's not. I don't hear anyone else echoing.
I don't hear it on Discord itself.
No, I don't think I have it.
I hear it on Discord itself.
I'm not hearing it on mine.
Shadow, wait, Shadow. Do you have your stream audio on?
Well,
Like,
I was
you're
trying
listening
to
your stream
have it.
playback?
I was trying to have it on for a little bit, like a tiny bit, so I can hear to make sure the audio is good. But I think it was just for that split second that I had it on.
Yeah, a few people said there's no echo.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Can't hear
Shadow's
echo.
capping. Shadow's capping. I can get behind that.
Yeah, what's Acebreaker talking about? I ain't capping.
Oh no, here we go. This is when Shadow bans Acebreaker. I love you, Ace.
All right. Let's start this. What do we call this again? Podcast,
The
right?
Valentine's podcast?
Christ.
My word.
Oh my goodness, we got singers. All right.
Very.
Singles are better than a lack of memory.
Okay, there we go. All right, welcome everybody to the HBMP podcast, episode 67. We thank you all for tuning in us live. We're live on Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast services. We are on there. Probably. I'm not 100% sure, but it goes out to a lot. And if you can't catch us live, be sure to hit the like button first of all, and drop us a comment. Every little bit helps. And check out everybody's channel. The regulars that we got on here. Well, not Sosuke. He's not really a regular. He's more like a guest. But we got other guests here. But everybody here does a variety of things. Follow them on Twitter. They're live streaming all the time. Blake is streaming like a whole bunch of Warriors games and some other games.
I haven't streamed a Warriors game in what? Go on. No.
Weren't you playing Samurai Warriors, or was that Q?
That was
That was me.
Cute.
Okay, see.
Up into my stream.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Blake's
See.
been playing Skyward Sword.
Okay. See, I can't even keep track of everybody right here, man. All right. I know Sosuke's out here playing like 50-year-old fighting games. All right. So we got.
I was playing Gundam and Undernight. Huh?
Oh yeah, you were playing Under Night. Okay, yeah. How old is Under Night again? Like 5 years old? 6, 7? Still old game? Okay, got it.
Jesus Christ.
All right. All right, so everybody's doing something. Go check them out. Go leave a like on their stuff. When Super Robot Wars comes out, Bao's gonna be covering it. So subscribe to his channel for that if you love it. I don't know many people who like Super Robot Wars like that, but it's there if you need it.
Mm-hmm. We will get into it. Don't worry.
I don't know what we're talking about. That's a rapid fire, like I said. Anyway, let's start with these intros. Let's go with our regulars plus guest. Sosuke, go ahead, man.
Greetings, everyone. It is the passing through, bro. The regular. He who likes and retweets degenerative things on Twitter because he can and he's a grown man. Sosuke the Wandering Gamer. How y'all doing, folks?
All right, Bao.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bao Zakaraga. Welcome to another HVMP episode where we're going to be talking about Super Robot Wars. Look forward to it.
Still don't know what that game is. Q?
Of course, as your husband of dreams, I am here, and we're here for the waifus, of course, and that's generally it. So let's get this ball rolling. There are waifus to be talked about, and we need to talk about them.
Falcon's finest. Go ahead.
Mic check. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Oh God! I asked for an intro. Okay, I didn't ask for an intro. Oh, okay. All right, go ahead.
You know what really grinds my gears?
What grinds your gears?
No niggas.
Oh.
But at one point, Riku-san 1 was a new nigga to this podcast, so I guess I hit it myself for a little while. Who knows? Anyway, Riku-san 1 here. How's everybody doing today?
Okay, and Nintendo's advocate, Westtown HD, aka Blake. Go ahead.
It is that time. What's going on, guys? It's me, Westtown HD, Nintendo's Schiller, your main boys, Sony hater. No, I'm not saying.
Wow.
Oh wow.
This PS5 is mighty tasty. So, but your boys back. We back here talking about all those JRPGs goodness. The world ends with mid, Tales of Arise, Tales of Ass. We're gonna be talking about Super Robot Wars. Let's go. I'm all ready.
This man said the world ends with mid. All right, I see how it is. All right, we have two guests with us today. Let's start out with Hayden. Tell us who you are and if you have a platform where they can find you at.
Hey, so Blake kind of wrangled me into this. Thank you for that. I used to do YouTube, a lot of Nintendo stuff, theories, discussions, but I now in the real world work 3 jobs, so that has kind of fallen by the wayside. But I do have Twitter where I post memes about Donkey Kong, so that's kind of fun, right? And I'm just really hoping that Dunban's over there,
Dunban, yeah, he was cool.
Best boy.
All right, and we got the Yu-Gi-Oh master herself, Hoodley. Go ahead.
Hello. First off, let me just apologize for being here, but they're talking about The World Ends With You, and I wanted to join in. So sorry about that. I do have a YouTube. It's not particularly good. I also have another YouTube, which is also not particularly good. I have like Twitch and where I stream Sundays, which are also not particularly good or noteworthy. I have Twitter. I'm not on it very much, but it's where I find a lot of the... If you're on the Discord server, I'm the one who contributes most of those really horny pictures to 2D waifus because I follow a lot of artists.
Nice.
I also follow a lot of channels that like post cute animal pictures, which is most of what I like. So if you want to see more of those, I have a lot of those. I like a lot of those. But mainly I have a YouTube channel. It's not great, but it does exist. And if you want, I really don't know how to pitch myself. I made a review about this really dumb skateboarding game recently. It took me months to do it. It's a weird game. I don't really know how to pitch. If you could watch it, I wouldn't recommend you do so, but you can. Give me some retention time or something. I don't know. I'm terrible at shilling myself.
Damn. All right. Cool. All All right, let's get this started. Like I said, I would start off with what we're currently playing, but you guys don't know how to shut up sometimes. So we'll go to that last. We'll start with a topic. I don't know what topic should we talk about first. Chat, what do you guys think we should talk about first?
Super
no. Let the chat talk about first. What you guys want us to talk about first? All right.
You could throw up a little poll.
All right.
Let's hear the word.
Yeah,
Everyone say SRW 30.
No, nobody wants to hear about that. Nobody wants to hear about that.
If you say SRW 30, SRW 30, Shadow Elite will buy you a body pillow.
No,
Guaranteed.
Definitely not.
No.
It'll be of LP Guardian.
They said anything not Falcom.
Okay, I see a couple of Neos in there, so I'm gonna think we're gonna start with the Neo. The world ends with me.
No, actually, that's not an N. That's an S actually, and I think is it an X? That's an X, B, and a tree. Yeah, that's what it is. I think you misspoke.
A tree? Like the trees outside?
I'm counting it up right now.
Still, think Neo's got the most.
Yeah, it's Neo then Tails then Xenoblade.
Yeah. You know, there ain't no Super Robot Rewards in there. Yeah.
There is some in there. Thank you very much.
They don't matter. They're irrelevant. Let me just remove those comments right now. Hold on.
That's Bao made like 5 profiles and he's just typing it in one by one slowly. You know, that's essentially what's happening.
Whoa, H Dracon, what you mean ends with dirt?
Hey, talk to him.
Why is there so much slander for the game?
We got a super chat from Sebastian saying SRW 30 just to mess with Shadow. Let's go!
Oh, man.
And see, he donated $2, which equates to 200 votes. So I think we have to, because he paid for a service now.
Okay. So technically, yes, you are right. That super chat would be 200 votes, but since he mentioned SRW 30, it just goes down minus 200. So it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point.
No,
so.
it's not minus 200. It's
Shadow
minus 30 because it's 30. So it's not minus 300. So it's actually minus 100 already.
Okay, yeah. So yeah.
Shadow out here, really just taking people's money and saying, it don't matter.
Shadow Elite slandering games he's never played. Say it ain't so.
I never slandered the game. I just said it's irrelevant. That's all.
Slander.
That's slander.
Okay.
Slander.
Not in my book of slander. That does not compute. Okay. All right. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna talk about
Neo the World Ends with You.
Yeah, let's talk about the Neo the World Ends with You. I can pull it up real quick. Yeah.
Does anybody remember if we had any Metacritic score predictions for that one?
I want to say we did, but I don't remember what it was, to be honest. I cannot remember. I know I think I said high 80s.
I remember something.
I think you did say high 80s.
But unfortunately,
it shows that it is, at least for when it comes to the PS4 version, it is sitting at a solid 80.
Have you played it yet?
Have I played it?
Yeah. Anyone on here played it?
Yeah, I'm playing it now.
I'll start this off. I've been playing it. I do think this one came out a little bit too late. But besides that, when it comes to just how the game feels, it feels like the first one, like as it should. It's very stylish, very colorful. Characters are very upbeat and lively. As far as the gameplay goes, I'm not too far into the game still. I think I'm on the fourth or third day. I'm not sure. But as of right now, the gameplay is a little bit button mashy. So it's like I'm not really paying attention to the enemies on screen too much. I'm just pressing buttons and seeing if, the meter refills for that particular button attack. Can I keep going, or should I switch when it says drop the beat so I can get like an additional for my super meter or something like that?
Question.
But, yeah.
What difficulty are you playing on?
Yeah, see, I was about to get to that. I said maybe if I change the difficulty to hard, it will be a little bit different, and maybe I'll be paying attention to the enemies that are attacking me more often, or maybe if I just get further into the game, it'll be tougher. But I did switch the difficulty to hard for one battle, and I was like, it's just like everything was like triple the amount of damage and stuff like that. I was like, okay, it's now unplayable like this, so I got to go back to normal for the time being. So right now, I'm not judging it.
Artificial difficulty.
Yeah, I'm not judging it too hard when it comes to difficulty. I'm just gonna keep going, and then maybe if I get a little bit further and still button mashy, then I'll start talking about it.
We got
Blake, you got
super
two
chats.
super chats.
Hey, I know. Don't worry. I always know what a super chat pause. I'm just waiting for Shadow just to finish talking what he was saying. But it's our first super chat from Zodiac Nemiko?
Nemiko.
Nemiko. Says polls are now in YouTube stream chats. Future ref. I don't know what that means. Future
Reference.
For future reference.
Oh, for future reference. Oh, okay. And Sebastian with more heat saying Emma equals boring. 30 FPS is best. FF9 over FF7. Muso equals
What?
goat. He does have a point. If you say
who
Muso,
hurt you?
Honestly, most of those.
You know, I think each of those statements were meant to affect someone in some bad way, and thankfully, he was right about almost everything except a few others. So yeah, pretty much. Emma is not best.
I mean, the only debatable thing there is,
Emma is
30
best.
frames.
30 frames is debatable, man.
Okay, everything he said there is completely just wrong. Okay, we know Emma is the best. We know 30 frames per second is trash, and we know Final Fantasy 7 is better than Final Fantasy 9, and Muso games are mid at best. So come on, let's just
Shadow.
be
Weren't you just talking about the world ends with you being too button mashy? Isn't that what Muso is?
Yeah, you're right.
And didn't I say that's a problem?
Exactly, he did.
He did mention it after.
But you're the one hyping this game up.
Wait, hold on. I got a better question. You said that this is in regards to gameplay, it's more like the first, right?
Yeah.
Didn't you like the first?
Well, see, here's the thing about that, about comparing it to the first.
See where he was like he's sidestepping now. You know where that was gonna end up.
No. Okay, you're right to like call me out on that just a little bit. But here's the thing about comparing it to the first. So I played the first one on DS, and the DS had like stylus commands that you had to use. So every stylus command that you had to use was like a different input. So it kept it from being a little bit repetitive or button mashy. Here, it's not the same. You just get buttons assigned to face buttons, triangle O or R1 or R2, and you just mash those buttons. That's all you got to do. And to your point, Riku, I did kind of button mash my way through The War Ends With You in a way, because I felt that the inputs for the DS were off, or like they were too close to each other. Each input was too close to each other when you did a command or something like that. So I just went with the one that like worked for me personally the most. So yeah, there's always that.
Shadow, some people are saying, just Mr. Asmith and Acebreaker are saying your mic is kind of bugging out.
Was it? Is it still bugging out, or chat? Is it still bugging out, or not? Is it good?
I would.
It sounded fine to me when I just turned on the stream.
It sounds fine to me with my audio listening to the.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right. I don't know what's going on with his stuff, but it seems that it's okay. Maybe I was touching my mic arm too much. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, with the War Ends With You, I think that's all I pretty much have to say about the story so far. Is okay. I'm not liking the time travel mechanic that might be implemented later majorly into the story, but we'll see how that plays out. I'm okay with time traveling and stuff, as long as you establish the rules of time travel, like how it works. If you go to the future, does it affect the past, or the past affects the present, or whatever, or not, like an alternate timeline is created because you went back to the past. Time travel can be a little bit tricky.
It has a question about the game though that I think most people are probably wondering who haven't got it. Like
just real quick, let's hold a question for the game. Let's let everybody who's played it talk, like say a piece about it, because the questions can get a little bit off subject and get a little bit tangent heavy.
This is specific about the game though. This is a specific question. Like the question is essentially, if you play this game, do you have to play the first one, or can you just start with this?
Technically, I think you should probably play the first one. There might be several characters that pop up in here to the first game. I don't want to say who they are because
I can answer this one.
Yeah.
You can play this alone. They made it standalone to a great degree, but you'll be missing out on a lot of stuff if you just jump in blind.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I think Hutley and Bao, you guys played the game. Who wants to go first in that one?
I'll go first. So, for those that don't know, the original World Ends With You is one of my favorite games of all time. Blew me away when I first played it, so I was super hyped for this one. So far in the game, I like it. I'm not sure if I like it to the same degree as the original, like, that same feeling of I'm playing something just amazing and original. But it is a phenomenal RPG in its own right. Battle system, it's fun. Like it made the transition to 3D well, but I definitely prefer the DS battle system just because controlling two characters via the stylus and on the top screen with buttons was a lot of fun. It was hectic, and this, like Shadow said, is a bit more button mashy. It definitely has a lot of timing to it if you want to like drop the beat to like the get maximum damage. But well, no, I'll say in normal battles that's not very important, but you'll see in boss battles doing that is very important, unless you'll just be there forever, chucking away at HP sponges. So there is a depth to it. In terms of characters, I like these characters, but I'm still waiting to see where the game goes from here. Because the original game, it has a lot of like twists and turns you just don't see coming, and I haven't seen any of that yet, except for like the time travel stuff, which, like Shadow, I'm not the biggest fan of, just because it's a bit repetitive so far. It's like you'll enter a scene and something bad happens, then you have to go back. And it's like, oh, we don't have this, and we have to go back again. It's like, oh, we don't have this, so then we have to go back again. And it's basically replaying the same events you've already seen, and it can get to a point where it just kind of not be fun and you just want to progress. But other than that, the game is phenomenal. It looks amazing. The music is probably the thing that blew me away the most. Like every single song I've wanted to like download and listen to, which has not happened in a long time for a game. And I think it's a shame that the game hasn't sold as well as the first so far, but hopefully the sales pick up.
Or rated as high. Isn't the first game rated very, very high? Like
yeah,
close to the 90s. This one is like low 80s.
Yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on it.
Okay. Hootley, you want to tell us your thoughts on Neil the World Ends With You?
Pretty good.
Oh, no, you ain't just going to come here and just say pretty good. All right, you better get detailed, all right? Hold on.
All right, fine. How far is everyone else in the game? Because I'm
gonna say this straight up. I haven't played it yet, and I do plan to play it at some point. So
no
avoid
spoilers.
as much spoilers as possible.
Yeah.
So.
Oh. All right. I just wanted to check. So The World Ends With You is still tied with like two other games for like my favorite game ever, because it's just one of those games that when I played it, it actually I guess you could say it meant a lot to me when I first played it, because I just played it at like the right time in my life when I related to Neku and I was an emo misanthrope that just hated the world. I'm still kind of like that, but because I played The World Ends With You, I like to think I've changed a little bit for the better. I'm still working on it, but I like to think that because I played that game, I am better as a person for it. So I love the game. I love the original game. And I like this game. And there are lots of things about the game that I think are really fun, and I'm glad they kept the anime, not really anime, but more like pop art, graffiti kind of weird stylistic thing where everyone looks like they can really eat a frickin' sandwich, and just because everyone looks like they have anorexia or something, but they still look cool. They still have the diverse fashion. They still talk like, people would actually speak. I can see people talking like this, so that's always a big thing for me. I'm a very rambly person because I have very disconnected thoughts. So I'm sorry if all of this sounds just like complete random nonsense. Okay. So about the game, maybe it's just because I'm playing on hard mode and I always like 10 levels below so I can get higher drop rates and stuff like that. But I honestly don't think it's button mashy, if simply because you can't really compare button inputs to stylus inputs, because you have to remember the original The World Ends With You was designed specifically to have that unique control scheme that only worked on that one system. So when you compare stylus movements to button inputs, it's like it's not comparable, because, and even then, like when you play the original one, Shadow, did you ever use the what were those things called? The shockwave pins?
I want to say that was the only thing I used.
Okay, so how is just constantly swiping up and down on a single enemy to slash at them any different than pressing a button?
I think I said that. I think I just addressed that when Rico asked me. It's kind of the same in that aspect for me. But
I don't think I heard that. It might have been sorry. So, but it's just like I. Sorry, I'm just Okay, so.
okay. All right. Cool.
No, I'm not done. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts because I'm terrible at this.
Oh, man. Come on, you should
with
have
the
been prepared
battle
here. What's
system-
going on? Go ahead.
I'm just terrible at this. So, I think a big part of the battle, it's more like, they call it groove, drop the beat. You're supposed to like set a pace for yourself. And you can button mash if you want, but then you'll end up in situations where your pens are exhausted and you don't have anything to attack with, and then you get pummeled because you're just taking unnecessary damage because you can't defend yourself. So I think a part of the strategy of the game, even early on, is that you have to time when you attack and synergize all your attacks with each other. For example, there's one thing that I do where like I have something called patrol rounds where they're like boomerang shots, and I have something that holds the enemy down so that I can hit him. You have to like there are lots of different pens, you can customize them, you can mix and match them. It's lots of fun. And it's cool finding all the different synergies between different types and upgrading them and evolving them. And I've always liked that part of the original game. And I kind of like how in this one we have multiple characters to control in battle because they're all mapped to a button. That's pretty cool. I love the music. I love the visual style. I really like the gameplay. The one thing I'm not really huge on with the story is that they brought back several characters from the first one. I love them, but it's just I kind of wish I could learn more about like Rindo and Fret and Nagi and all the people. Because I want to like them. I think they're just not overshadowed, but sometimes it feels like they're kind of put to the side in favor of making them a vehicle for characters from the previous game. Occasionally. But other than that, the story is really fun. I like all the character interactions. And further in the time travel thing, it's like there's one timeline, but he can just like jump back and do things to change things how you get there. And it's a linear thing. There's one timeline. At least that's how I see it. So when he jumps back to change things, he just goes to the new point in time where he originally traveled from, and then things are different. That's how I view it, at least. I don't know if is that 12 Monkeys? Is that 12 Monkeys, that movie? I've never seen that. But, like, it's good. I think it's great. I don't know if I like it as much as the original, but that's kind of hard to say because the original, again, just it means a lot to me. And I don't think any other game can really hold that same kind of significance for me. But I really like what they did. And overall, I just think it's really fun. And I'm sorry for rambling all that much, but that's just like it's my opinion.
Just one of the things I want to say or address rather is that I'm sure when I get further and I get different pins, I start to experiment, or maybe when the game gets naturally hard or normal, I'll probably have to start switching up the pins and finding that synergy, like Hoodie was saying, between them. But the thing about it is,
it can get really tricky.
Yeah,
lots of noise.
The thing about it is, because you're playing on hard, if you're playing on normal and it's still like the best solution or the easiest solution or just like the default solution is just a mash, I might hold that against the game. I might. I'm not sure.
I think it's more like sorry.
No, go ahead.
You were saying?
No, go ahead.
Okay, I think it's more like on hard mode, things just take more damage and deal more damage. They don't necessarily change in behavior, and the behavior is the part that actually makes you have to like figure out synergies and change up strategies because you get a bunch of different noise that do all these different things. So you have to kind of adapt your strategy on the fly, and while trying to find something that generally works as a strat, because not every pen is useful against every single kind of noise. Like I know there are some that I have a lot of things that are like, oh, this is like a gravity black hole thing, and like, oh, this is a flying enemy. It doesn't do anything against them. So there are some situations where you just kind of have to be adaptive. You have to find a rhythm in your setup, and you have to just find things that work together to suit the behavior of the noise. You have to fight the noise. You don't just have to fight, if that makes any sense.
But here's a question though: if the game has to be played on a hard difficulty to actually,
No, I just do that because I want to.
well, so because I'm thinking like with Shadow playing it on normal without any challenge, is it that it's gonna continue to not have a challenge throughout normal? Because for me, I tend to play games on normal myself, and I think normal should be like the baseline. It should be not too easy, not too hard, just enough challenge to make you get through the game and still enjoy it. At least that's the difficulty that the developers would have intended. And I think hard is for when you feel like, sorry.
Not in today's age, but sure. I understand what you mean in regards to the intent.
Exactly, because it's labeled normal. Hard is supposed to be
Correct.
extra challenge. Maybe if you've like mastered the game and you figured out all the all the intricacies of it, and you want
I
more of
would
a
say that's
challenge.
very hard. But
I mean, I dropped down to normal for a little bit when I'm trying to like grind for money and stuff like that, and it feels like almost the same. It's just it takes longer to do in hard mode because there's more damage. It's not that there's no challenge. It's just that the challenge for a game like this is kind of weird because you have all these options for customization, and I don't think it's so much that I'm playing on hard mode that makes my experience any different. That's just how I'm choosing to play the game. And if you want, you could totally like just alter the level so you don't like reduce your level and get the higher drop rate. I'm just doing that because I want to, and I've played it a lot. So that's just how I'm choosing to play the game. But when I drop down to normal, like it's basically the same kind of experience. I just take less damage and I deal more damage. So it's not really the same thing.
Is there
really
a
weird thing to
difficulty
describe.
above hard?
Yes.
There is. You have to unlock it in the social network, I think.
We should also clarify that the game also gives you incentives for different difficulties. Like
Yeah,
higher
the higher drop
difficulties
rates.
give you drop rates and better rewards.
The original had that as well. The original had the ability
Yep.
to like you change your difficulty and it would actually give you better drop rates. But I felt like the original did encourage you to sort of like play differently in the sense of how Shadow said like he's button mashing, whereas in the original because it had stylus controls, you'd sort of have to do different like designs and how you would like swipe the stylus to get certain moves, and then you'd pick the ones that worked best for you. As in, okay, I think I can do these swipe movements easier, and also I'll get specific moves that I actually like, and that's what you stuck with. You found the badges that work best for you, and you or the pins, sorry, and you just stuck to those pins. I'm interested in it. I'm cute. I have been staying away from the news. I haven't watched any reviews of it. I have not really gotten any feedback of it from anyone. I've been waiting to pick up a copy and then play it myself. And I'm a huge fan, like Hoodley mentioned, of the original. The original is easily one of my favorite games, and it's still the only game that's still in, like, physically game that's still in my 3DS at this moment is that.
I will say, in regards to button mashing, and how the first game, you had to do different swipe motions and all that. There's something similar here, but not quite. Of course, you don't do like swipe motions with a stylus, but now you have to worry about like timing of pins. So a lot of these pins just have like delayed effects. Some can easily chain into others. So like as you get further in the game, you will see that it's smarter. You don't have to, but it's smarter to actually choose pins that can like juggle enemies or just time your attacks well together.
Okay.
Yeah, my impressions from it being button mashy was kind of just like early impressions for the most part. Like I said, I'm sure when I get further, I'll probably meet more nodes that require different pins and different inputs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
and
for the time
your
being, it's
choices
just
are
button
kind of
mashing.
limited early on. So like, get further in, you'll get all sorts of wacky powers. You can do a whole bunch of crazy shenanigans.
Okay, so before I ask this question, anybody else has experience with The World Ends With You or wants to talk about it?
Nope.
I want to
okay.
play Neo.
Wow, silent.
I want to play
Just a
Neo.
couple people that played it.
I mean, the thing, The World Ends With You is, let's be honest, it's not a super popular game. It's like the cultiest cult hit JRPG that the mainstream kind of knows about. But it's not like if you asked a person like, hey, have you ever played The World Ends with You? They're probably going to be like, what even is that? What?
I think if they play Japanese games or JRPGs, they probably do, because it's not just like it was. The Will Institute was ported to quite a lot of platforms. It was on mobile. It was on Switch. And
Wasn't it part of Kingdom Hearts?
I would say the world. I would say the world
it wasn't
still more popular than Drails.
Yeah, it is. I think it's.
I would say, especially with its with its existence within Kingdom Hearts. I think
Exactly.
that in itself at least makes it.
So yeah, interesting fact is that first week sales, Disgaea 6 actually sold more than The World Ends with You. And that, that's not really saying anything amazing. Both sales are just like abysmal and pretty terrible. Even I think for JRPG standards, they were less than 40,000 each. So I think for JRPG standards, that's still pretty low. I'm not sure what these developers expect for it to sell, but do we consider that for The World Ends with You, and as Hoodly said, it is really niche and not many people know about it, but given the fact that the first one was, I'd say it was maybe a cult classic, a cult hit, people liked it, and it was mainstream enough, do we feel that The World Ends with You kind of underperformed?
Yes, and I'll give you a specific reason for that, and that is Square.
Lack of
To go into detail about that, I don't know if you guys remember, but the original Tomb Raider reboot game, that game sold like a stupid amount, I don't know, like 5 million or something, and they considered it a failure because it didn't sell like 9 million. And also they've been pumping out an anime for the original World Ends with You, ton of figures for the characters. You can tell they expected this game to do better than that. So I'm sure they're disappointed in this.
I mean, when you look at stuff like this as well, this is a game that, how well have they marketed it as well? Because there are a lot of games that you're on YouTube. Like, one of the things I notice is whenever I visit, I watch any of your channels, right? Or maybe I'm checking a video on my channel for something. There are specific ads that run during our videos because of the type of content that we cover. I have never seen the Will Ends with You run on our channels, but I've seen ads for other JRPGs run on each of our channels whenever there's a video running or something like that. And the thing is that if Square really wanted to get people to actually take to this game, one, marketing is the first thing. You got to market the hell out of your game and get people interested. And two, I think essentially most games sell on their main character. Their main. I honestly think the main character design for this, the main guy, just does not look interesting enough for me personally. Some of you may disagree with me. I find the main character looks bland. I think they could have changed the protagonist design, maybe make one of the other characters the protagonist or something, and maybe it would have gotten more interest. Or maybe if they brought back Neku, maybe if Neku was the main character in this, because a lot of people, when they saw Neku in Kingdom Hearts, it was like, oh my god, Neku is back. And she was a really interesting character design. I think the design for Neku was way better than the main character for this game. And
Wait a minute, hold on, Hoodly. Relax with the spoilers.
Cutting off.
I wasn't gonna spoil anything. I was just gonna ask something on the character design front.
Okay, my bad.
Aren't they just wearing clothes that you would expect people to wear?
Again, it's like, I think it comes down to visual. Think about it like this, right? A lot of the games that sell really well, a lot of the times it's because sometimes people just buy a game because they see a character that they like in the game. Think about Resident Evil. Ryza, yes, but I didn't want to say Ryza because everyone was just gonna jump on me. Right? I didn't
as they should.
You don't like her for dirty
You set
reasons.
yourself up for that one, but
No, Hoodly. Q still hasn't beaten Ryza 2 when he said he was playing it.
Hey, don't be throwing me under the bus, this guy. I've got dirt on everyone
you
here.
threw your okay.
What you mean throw you under the bus? I'm running you over.
All right, let's get back on topic.
The thing is that look at how well Resident Evil did. The new one. I know a lot of people who purchased Resident Evil and didn't even actually play the game because they just saw a character that they liked. They saw the giant vampire
That's Cap.
waifu.
That's Cap.
Right, and people just wanted the game because they saw this character that they like. I don't think people resonate with the character designs in this game. I think they look at and I think people resonated more with the character designs from The Will Ends With You, the first game, than the character designs from this one. I think the first time I saw Neko with the headphones, I used to rock headphones a lot back then. I thought that was cool, right? I was like, oh my god, dude's got headphones like me. He dresses really chill. He's got a USB drive as a necklace. I used to wear a USB drive as a necklace back then. I was like, dude, this is awesome, right? The only thing I didn't do was the 3/4 shorts because that was weird. But essentially, Neko
Still
looked cool.
tattooing them, bro. Still tattooing. I would say I would replace your example in regards to Resident Evil. And to be honest, I would just slap Persona 5 on there. I think Persona 5 is a better game for an example in regards to people seeing it and just wanting to play it because of the visual the visual style and appeal that the game had. And I would bet that there probably were more people that couldn't finish a JRPG like Persona 5, but did get through such a short game like Resident Evil.
Exactly. It comes down to the thing, and I think this is not me saying that The Will Ends With You is a bad game, Neo is a bad game, or that people shouldn't want the game. What I'm saying is that it's very likely that because of the fact that the character does not, like the main character just doesn't resonate with people. Like they look at the game, they see the design, and they think, meh, I'll pick it up on sale, or it just doesn't pull me in. Then if you see something that's like, holy shit, I must have this. Like I see this character design, I see this world, I see the gameplay, and I'm like, oh my god, I want to know how that plays. I want to experience this. And there are games that do that, and then there are games that don't. This game doesn't draw people. At least for me, when I first saw the trailer, I was like, oh, The Will Ends With You is back. And then I saw the main character, and I was like, I can wait. That was it. And that's me as a fan. I was like, I can wait.
I feel like if that's all it takes for you to not play something, it's a bit worrying.
Is it a bit worrying?
It's like if you were a fan of the first game that much, and that's what throws you off.
So when did you play the first one?
I played the first one.
We got a super chat if you want to just pause that for half a second. We got a super
go
chat from our boy Duo Beard saying, I wanted to wish my son Fox a happy 3rd birthday. Live on and stream. Thank you all for the great content. Every podcast, you're all amazing people. Who was what?
His son.
Happy birthday, Fox!
Happy birthday, child.
Happy birthday.
He's saying like he wanted to wish his son a happy birthday on the stream. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, like
Oh, happy birthday to you, Toya. Yeah, hiya.
Starfire?
All I'm saying is it was my birthday last week. That's all I'm saying.
It was?
Oh,
Yeah.
look at you trying to undercut him. What are you trying to undercut him for?
Wait, he said it was his 3rd birthday. Shadow, he can't even talk yet, bro. Why are you doing that?
Listen, I had to bring it out there. Birthday. Listen, this kid has got to learn the hard way that life ain't fair. Okay.
Got a grown man.
Okay.
Can't get a
All right.
birthday song.
Ace Breaker with $5 super chat saying, "Can we all agree that Neo: The World Ends With You took inspiration from Persona 5 Winky Face?"
Man, oh man.
No, I can't.
Yes,
go
man.
there.
Let's talk about
folks. Folks. How could we forget? Persona 5 clearly invented Japan.
Obviously. How would you forget that?
That's the thing, right? I wish the best of this game. I honestly do wish that it does well. And if you want to say that, you know what, I'm not enough of a fan that I didn't run out immediately as soon as this game launched and bought it, fine, no problem. At the end of the day, call me whatever you want to call me. But at the end of the day, I didn't resonate with the character designs. I just didn't think and I want to say specifically the main character. When I saw and I was like, this is the guy I'm gonna play as. I don't really like that character design. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait a bit and see what people have to say about it first, and then I'll hop in. Cool. Because when I see something that I really, really like, I'm like, I need this. It's important.
Yeah, I will say that you have a point there when it comes to character designs. They are really important. That's the first thing you see when you when you look at a game or a trailer. You see the character designs. Those don't grab you. You're not gonna care about the game all that much. So about what Hilly said about earlier, I believe she said she played the game when she was younger, but I believe I played the game as well, and it was like more than 10 years ago. And when
Yeah,
I
it was like
look,
12 years ago.
yeah,
Which, by the
like,
way, I just want to ask something real quick. Something that keeps
oh, man, I
bugging
was
me
in- I
about
was in the
this.
middle of something, man. Like, you just gonna throw me off like that?
I
Like,
mean, we got a
Jesus.
super chat I could read really quick from Dualbeard saying, shout out to everyone else's birthdays I met. Duo, my birthday was in March, bro. You missed that a long time ago, but you know, go on.
Thank you, Duo, for the birthday wish.
Anyway.
But yeah, like I was saying, like, yeah, it's a little bit weird because I've grown since then, since I played the first one. It's been so long. That's another thing why I think this game didn't do so well, because I waited too long. But when I look at this game, I look at the characters and see their personalities, I'm like, damn, this would definitely appeal to younger Shadow, because like they seem like, especially what's his name, the best dude, the Yosuke type, I forgot his name, Fret. He is just a freaking like the biggest
cool,
teenage not hormonal,
Mutant
but
Ninja
like,
Turtle?
yeah, something like that. Like, he's just so upbeat and just like,
He's a Ryuji.
yeah, Ryuji, Yosuke.
For real?
He's like all that. He's like all that for this. And I'm like, whatever. But yeah,
I
it just
think he
shows
has a
go.
better design, though.
Character's classmate, friend, dude.
Yeah. But I just think it goes to show that, like, how much time has passed, the fan base has grown up, and they probably moved away from this type of game or something like that. So I don't know.
I still dig it.
Yeah.
If I may mention something about, like, from what I've been seeing, like, I haven't seen anything spoilery, but I did see offhand dialogue translation, and I noticed, like, people around, like, mine and Blake age of, like, 21 to, like, 23 are hyper bothered by some language, like, by some word choices, and I'm like, I've seen people talk like this on the internet, especially people our age, where, like, I still think people who are bothered by the use of the word sus in the modern day didn't actually grow.
Oh, wait.
Like, I was just thinking, like, it's weird to see people get bothered by just regular, everyday speech patterns from a younger demographic, or even a demographic they're closer to. So it's just like, why are you like this?
Wasn't there? I think it was in Persona 3. One of the social links. They were talking in like emojis almost on the computer.
Yeah.
Was that Persona 3? I was like, how?
It was Persona. It was Persona 3.
Okay, yeah,
I know what you're
because
talking about.
I vaguely remember that.
Not to totally derail it, but there was the Leith speaking Hammer Brothers in Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. So that was pretty funny.
And as Hoodley, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say. Okay, so like, this game takes place explicitly 3 years after the first game, and the original game came out in 2008, 2009. So if we just assume that the original game took place in 2008, 2009, that means this one takes place in 2012 at the latest. So it's the word "sus" just seems very anachronistic. Like, I know it's an actual word. But
Sus has
bugs
been
me
around as
because
slang since the 90s.
That's what I want to say. Yeah, but Among Us
It's more
like really
it hasn't
popularized
entered the popular vernacular of slang until like very
I would
recently.
disagree with
It's just
that.
weird.
I honestly
I
would
would
disagree
disagree
with
with
you. Yeah, disagree with that too.
I think it depends on the communities that you
Yeah.
operate in.
Like,
Because if
Yeah, my community is pretty common.
Yeah,
Since
me
I'm-
too.
Yeah.
Sus
I've
is
been
a
hearing
word.
that since elementary.
means
I don't know,
sus
maybe it was
means
just me.
You might be gay.
But like, yeah, they like I said, they talk like normal people. I'd be like, you listen to this and it's just like, yeah, I hear people speak kind of like this in real life. That makes sense. Unlike a lot of other JRPGs where like, oh, best friend Kun, I'm going to explain my entire backstory to you, and it's completely out of nowhere, and then we're gonna go and kill God or something with the power of friendship.
Because the power
And just like, no, we gotta
man.
do something.
No.
I did that
I
this
don't know.
morning.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I like.
Sometimes you just gotta kill God before you start your day.
Exactly.
I mean, for the record, in Persona 5, you literally did kill God with the power of friendship. Well,
The power of
not
friendship has been a
specifically
thing in
friendship,
Persona
but, like,
for
you
a
killed
minute.
God with your friends.
Yeah.
As a teenager.
That's not new.
The power
Wasn't
of
it God? It was basically God.
The power
Yeah,
of friendship is
basically.
all that matters. That's all we need to understand in life. It's all about the power of friendship, and these are JRPG things that we just need to do.
Which, the world ends with you won. It was about the power of friendship to an extent. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'm not very. I'm terrible at this.
Anyone else with thoughts on this, or can we move on?
I think we move on. What
Food.
do you guys say?
I wanted to bring that up. The food thing. everything about it. I freaking love that. I love how you can give people food and then they'll show how much they like it.
I want to
Like Minamimoto, his favorite food at the veggie cafe is avocado toast, and I find that hilarious for some reason.
That sounds good.
Avocado.
Hey, we got a super chat from Night Fury saying, "Watch me defeat the JRPG god with the power of friendship." Oh,
first of all,
you found.
First of all, ain't nobody defeating me.
It doesn't take very much.
Nobody defeating me with the power of friendship. All right, that ain't happening. All right, it's just not
Yeah, I
gonna be.
defeated you with the power of card games.
He defeated me with the power of the heart of the cards. All right, that don't count. All
The heart of the cards is made
The
with
heart of the
friendship.
cards is friendship.
No, it's not. It's called the heart of cards. It's not called the power of friendship. So yeah,
It is
Yeah,
the friendship and bond that you made with your cards.
Nope,
What do you mean?
Nope. It's called
You
the
know
heart.
when Karibo came out?
What
What do you think he has with Karibo? Friendship.
Oh, man. What's the next topic?
That
be?
motherfucker grew wings.
Go play The World Ends with You, Neo. Neo, The World Ends. Go play it, support it, buy the game, so that I don't have to wait 12 years for anything else in this franchise. Because dang it, I'm sick of games. I'm sick of unique games that have a fun take on mechanics just being ignored. Stuff like Okami and 13
Italian Wars.
Sentinels.
I thought you were gonna say I'm sick of you niggas not supporting these games.
Here's the thing, though, right?
Hold up. We got two super chats. Jeez, these are pouring. Ace Breaker saying, defeat Shadow with the power of 30 FPS.
Oh wow, that's actually that's
definitely a
possible.
way to not. That's definitely a way to get him super
no.
effective.
and our boy Kiniku Dash saying, I can't believe JRPGs were just Kiniku Man / shonen manga the whole time. Finally.
Hey man, it is what
Always
it is.
was.
That's what it's about.
All right, so we good with the world ends with you. Can we move on? Let's move on to our next topic.
We got a lot more super chat. Good lord.
Oh yeah. Sebastian out here saying, defeat the JRPG god with the power of Ojamas.
If we're playing
What's
ABC, that can
pajamas?
actually work.
Listen, I don't know what they're talking about. Like they
Another. Wait.
Oh.
What is Mazio donate 1,000 CLP? Is that
CLP?
I don't know. Hold on. Someone convert that to USD really quick while I read this.
Is that a real
Shadow
currency?
lost when this became the Bows podcast. Oh,
Listen,
It is one
Damn.
peso, and it is 0.0013 United States dollars. So this is literally less than a penny.
Oh, it's a Chilean.
yeah.
It's a Chilean peso.
You tried to find the least amount of money to spend to say that.
I mean, like, listen, this is still my podcast. This will always be my podcast. Since this is my podcast, we're gonna move on to the next topic. All right.
All right, for rambling.
All right.
Tell him.
Sorry about that.
All right. Let's talk about I guess Tales of Arise. We talking about Tales of Arise. I guess it had like a slight update. First off, Hayden, I believe you have a connection with the Tales of games, do you not? Or
Not quite. There's a certain other game that we're going to be talking about that I'm quite excited about, but I have not, unfortunately, played a Tales of game. I respect the series from a distance, but it's just one of those series that I've never really gotten to.
man, you hate to see it.
Hayden, you out here, man? I'm watching you.
Riku, hop off him.
So, Tales of Arise, they revealed the skits for the Tales of game for this Tales of game. If you guys don't know, skits are like small conversational pieces that the party members have, either before or after battle, or if a major event just happened, or even if it didn't. It's just like small little banter, and usually they're told in like a visual novel type of way, and it's been kind of almost the same throughout the series, except for when I think when it went to Xalia 1 and 2, that's when things started to switch up. I think, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that one. Maybe Legendia had different
it was
files,
Grace's
I'm not sure.
It was Grace's of Zestiria and Berseria that had genuinely different skit versions.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, people are not too happy about the skit style. I don't really care as long as the skits are not like cutscene replacements, like some were. Not some, but I would say it was peppered throughout Berseria, and I really noticed it maybe leaning towards the end. and it got kind of annoying. So yeah, I don't know why people are so upset about this or so up in arms about it. I'm cool with it.
I actually have some things I wanted to say about the whole the skit situation and people being upset.
Go ahead.
A lot of people being upset about this. It feels like false anger because, well, it's not the same anymore when the skits since Symphonia have been literally just been the characters' portraits, lip flaps, and like small bits of dialogue. While the dialogue is funny, I do feel like the skits themselves that weren't voiced, like specifically in Abyss and Symphonia, they didn't hit the same until they got voice acting in like the later ones.
And what I understand, again, just looking at this series from a distance, this game is really priding itself in like staying true to its nature, like of the game, which in a way is a little refreshing to see. Just, you know, not having to change up like a bunch of things about the game. Yeah, maybe this is one thing that people would like to see advance a little more, like as technology and games and whatnot like get bigger and better. But as I understand it, this game is really trying to stay true to what the series is known for. But correct me if I'm wrong.
Kind of the opposite with this one. People have
feels
wanted
like
the
it's
series to move
advancing.
forward, like in a lot of ways. Like they felt the series as was stale in the past like decade and a half.
Okay.
I can say as a fan of the series, and I said this before, I think you guys can quote me on this, is that I was not really interested in Tales of Arise at the beginning, when it was first announced and all that kind of stuff. It just it didn't catch my attention. And thinking about it now, the more I've seen about the game, the more they've presented about it, the new skits, the character designs, when they reveal the full cast and everything like that, I'm becoming more and more interested in the series, actually. In this particular, sorry, not the series, but this particular game, I'm becoming more and more interested in it. And yeah, I do like the original skits. I think there's a certain charm to the way in which they were done. But I'm not mad at this new skit thing. And honestly, I'm a lot more keen on the game now than I was when it was initially announced. And that is to say, and that was despite the fact that at the beginning I was completely against the look, and I was like, look, I think I wanted it to go back to what it was before. And now I'm like, you know what? I ain't mad at that. So Tales of Arise could get my money, man. This is a game that I can get behind, you know. The wife was looking quality. So that's all that matters. So yeah.
To give my thoughts on it. I'm in the boat of this doesn't bother me, but at the same time it doesn't really do anything for me. Like, if they were to go back to the old style after this, I'd be like, okay. Like, and I don't think this new skit system is going to enhance my experience any. Like, it's not going to make me more immersed in the skit systems of old, pretty much. But it's also not going to detract from the experience.
Mm-hmm. I think if they had removed the skits altogether, that would have been a problem.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
a massive problem.
I mean, they removed like the post-battle victory like speeches and stuff like that, poses and stuff like that. So that was a big problem. That was a big problem.
That's something I'm gonna miss.
Mm-hmm. I think if they change it in some way, it's not as bad as if they completely remove it. Because
actually, someone in the chat brought this up. 3D skits are better because you get to see your costumes within the skit, and that'd be kind of. I would like to see that. Just
That's
my
true.
costumes are in the skit.
I immerse it with your stupid rabbit ears.
Have we seen a custom costume in one of these yet?
Yeah, they have them.
Yet.
There's a trailer yeah, I'll send it to you now. There's a trailer with all the custom costumes, and you know, of course, there's some very delectable swimsuit white.
Well, I mean, like in the new skit system.
Yes, there is. There are custom costumes in there. I just said this. Why are you questioning my?
Because you're going about boobs and no one cares about that.
I never said that. Did I say the word boobs? You said boobs.
Because you don't say boobs or pervert. You say you're the husband of dreams and you like waifus. You're a sophisticated person.
Admittedly, Q, it was kind of going in that direction.
I said nothing like that.
Pervert? Damn. Take my title from me.
I said none of those things. I don't even know you guys misquoting me. All of these words. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dump it in the chat. You guys will see it here and see what I put it. I'm gonna put it here for you guys to get it. Right? You can see the trailer, and then you can You know, there it is. There's the trailer, right?
Is all I know. And what I know is that I want my immersion broken with all these custom outfits in the cutscenes that I'm trying to pay attention to. With the outfits that the designers created from the ground up for us to use.
Riku
and you guys
is still
just put
mad.
them in bikinis
Riku-
and rabbit ears and
Riku
thongs
is
in these
still
important
mad.
cutscenes of characterization and
He is
character
still mad.
development.
What
This-
the
this
fuck did you
man-
do?
This
Your fault
he's
for
still
using the
mad.
costumes in the first place.
I was playing Cold Steel 3 at one point, and Aurelia comes out to fight the Lance Mage or something. A big like showdown. She walks out in like a skin tight like swimsuit with bunny ears, swinging sword. Riku's like, "What the fuck?"
well, Riku's just somebody who hates options. I'm
He's-
sorry.
No, I
That's what it
just
sounds like
want
to
to
me.
see it in their. I just want to see the cutscene in their canon outfits. Okay.
No,
Then
I
you don't have to. Then you don't have to use costumes.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Exactly. You
And I
don't
don't.
have to do
So
it.
how did
It
you
did-
feel about like Xenoblade then?
I
guess
didn't
we'll-
use any of
we'll talk
those.
about that
I didn't
later.
use any of those.
I guess we'll get there. Yeah.
either.
I'm just gonna have
You
to.
don't need to use
assume-
costumes in those. They're already super horny.
Oh man, don't be talking about. Oh yeah,
Right.
he's got a point. He's got a point.
I'm
Yeah,
just gonna have to
He's got some
assume
point.
Riku is completely anti-choices. That's what I'm gonna have to say. Choice should not
No.
be there. It
No,
should
I just ha-
when you go to the store, Riku.
No,
and
I
you
just
see
don't want
other
my characters
cereals-
looking goofy.
No, Riku.
And
I'm
don't
asking-
wear costumes.
Costumes.
I don't like
Exactly.
seeing it
You
either.
don't. You don't have to. Here's the question, right? Are you
Riku,
guys
you
how you
can't
go
have your
to the
cake and
store?
eat it too.
He's like, I don't want other
Yes,
people
I can.
doing
Watch
it.
me.
He's like, I don't care about what.
If I'm not gonna do it, you're not gonna do it either.
You're gonna have to come. You're gonna have to come to my house and stop me. And by that point, I'm breaking both your legs with a pair of Timbs.
He was like, especially when it comes to the Falcom games, I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see anybody streaming that like that. No way, you messing up my game.
I will.
You messing
How
up
dare
my
you-
experience.
How
Intentionally
dare
stream
you
Cold Steel
stream
3
it?
like that.
How
How dare
be
you
loud?
use alternate outfits in your game when I'm watching?
Oh man, okay. Yeah, like I think it's not really a big deal at the end of the day. People just being crazy. Do we have any more updated thoughts about Arise as a whole, or still?
Why does it
Closer we
have to
get-
come out? So
Closer we get
close
to
everything
release,
else?
the hyper I get.
Yeah, I think
I'm
I think
really
it's the same
hoping
thing.
this game lives up to the expectations. Really
Coming
do.
out too close to Melty Blood and
Just
the
crack you-
Sukiyami remake.
Are you really
Oh,
thinking of
I hope-
Melty Blood when you have this coming out? Like,
Yeah, I am. I am a Fighting Moon
Priorities.
fan.
I
I am a
hope I
fighting
enjoyed
game
enough.
fan as well.
I hope I enjoy it enough for it to become my game of the year.
Really? That much?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to this a lot myself.
What's my fucking game of the year already? I can't even think of one.
Monster Hunter Rise, baby.
Going out
Yeah,
this year.
no.
Isn't
What's
it
Rise
right?
of this year?
Was it?
Hold on.
No, it
Give
wasn't.
me a second.
Yes.
Oh, it was this year? Wow.
Was
See?
Oh, shit, this year going by fast, bro. We only have like what, a couple months left in this year.
Like 4 months left.
Yeah.
Rise of 2
Well, mine's
came
left in
out in
2022.
2020.
Oh yeah. It
Oh
did.
wait,
It
you guys
did.
said Rise of 2. I thought we were saying Rise.
Rising.
My bad.
This year is over.
I say I'm pretty sure Fairy Tail suffered, so Rise of 2 could live.
Good.
Probably.
Jesus.
And now I will fucking write off Studio Gust as one of the worst studios ever.
Damn.
Wow.
Hate to
Hey,
see
what?
So I guess that's it for our Tales of Arise stuff. I still think the game's going to be good. I don't know if it's going to
You
be
want-
my game of the year personally with SMT5 lurking about. So we'll see what happens there.
Shadow, you know it's not SMT5 is not going to be a game of the year. We all know that.
It might be. It might be. Let's just put it like this. If of one of these two games that could possibly disappoint me, Tales of Arise is the one.
Shadow, think about
I
it.
ask you a question.
If you bought Tales of Arise, what platform would you buy Tales of Arise on?
PC. Oh my god.
Exactly. So you've answered your own question, Shadow. You've answered your own question. You know in your heart of hearts that there's no way SMT is going to be given the year for you, specifically because of the platform it's on.
Ah man, I don't know about all that. I'm very
Okay, now
partial.
see, you can't say that. That's like having two different dishes. Like, oh, this rice is great. This rice is better, but I don't like this one because it was made by. Yeah.
Hey man, Uncle Ben's
all
rice
I'm
is the
saying,
only rice.
like,
That's all I'm saying.
don't-
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, this is Shadow we're speaking of, guys. Like, it's
Rice is.
Shadow, you know yourself, man. You know yourself. You're gonna start playing it, and then you're gonna be on the internet. Oh, it looks so clean and liquidy and beautiful. 60 frames per second, 4K. Tales of Arise best game of the year. So
Shadow doesn't sound like that.
I know, right?
that
I'm
does
trying
not
to-
like Riku. That's
Sounds like a
something-
fusion
that-
of Shadow and Riku. Oh god.
Lord,
Well, you know what? Fusion dance will happen. They'd form together, and then they'll attack.
Shadow Riku.
Ugh.
I ship it.
Next topic, please. Oh no.
Let's go.
All right, let's.
I have a question real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
If that's okay.
Go ahead.
All right, so I've never played a Tales game. I kind of know what the skits are, but I don't know when do they only happen like during battle, or do you also
No.
find them when
No,
you're just
they're
like
random
going out and
things.
about the world?
They're random things. You just stumble upon them. So after you complete a battle, and you can sort of a prompt pops up, and you can click it. If you click the prompt, then you have a skit essentially.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to our next topic. First off, we want to remind you guys to hit that like button. About 100 of you guys are in here. 60 likes. I'll take it, but we can get that a little bit higher. We would really
can.
appreciate
Who left
that.
the 2 dislikes?
Oh man.
I'll prosecute them to the furthest extent of the law.
Oh, that's Harold. He secretly hates the stream and comes in every time. The podcast. I give them names. The haters have names now. Their name is Harold.
Why are you
Harold
giving
the
haters
hater?
names? They don't deserve anything.
Oh man. Got a point. He's got a point. All right. Let's talk about Xenoblade.
Yo!
Yeah, man.
So, just recently, there has been a report that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 could have been announced earlier this year, but was held back due to production issues. We're guessing the pandemic had a problem with that. They're actually saying that it was maybe going to be announced at the beginning of the year and come out at the end of the year, but that's been pushed back to what looks like 2022. Which we don't know if it's still coming out in 2022. It could just be that it's being announced in 2022. However, I believe Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was announced at the beginning of the year in like January and still came out in December. Even though it could have used a delay, it still came out within the same year. So
No one believed it was going to come out that year either, but it did.
Not a
Nintendo thing.
I believed.
And it should have got delayed.
I also don't believe that.
No, it definitely should have got delayed.
I will say it looked like some duty in a mobile or on a handheld mode, but on a TV it looked pretty good. But yeah, maybe that handheld mode could have been cleaned up a little more.
I mean, essentially, no matter how many times you can say a game should be delayed, there's always going to be that group of super fans that are going to say, "Oh, but I want it now," and then complain after the fact. So I think all games can be delayed if it means that it gets polished. But there's always going to be someone who's going to be like, "But I want it today,"
So
Bro, you gotta wait.
So since we know Xenoblade 3 is on the horizon, I would have taken X2, Xenoblade X2, but hey, we're taking Xenoblade, and I believe this game is going to be set a couple of years after Xenoblade 2, so it's a direct sequel. I really want
Not
the sequel
quite.
to X.
Not a few years, like far into the future.
Oh yeah, it's that far into the future. So
Oh,
yeah.
like Torna.
Wait, so I don't know anything about like this announcement or anything. This is the first time hearing of it. Is it supposed to be? So is it going to be in the exact same world as Xenoblade
I don't think we have that
2,
much
or like
information.
in a similar fashion as like the
It's-
Xenoblade?
Like I think it's going to
number
have like the lore of Xenoblade 2.
It's going
Like,
to
'cause-
have, apparently, according to this report from Imran Khan, it's going to be set in the world of Xenoblade 1 and 2, and returning characters who could still be alive at that point, like the Blaze and Melia, will be there.
Interesting. Okay.
Milia.
Melia.
Who's Milia again?
This
girl from
motherfucker.
Gear with
How
the
the
long hair.
Although he's right, it's not Fiora. So
The both of you.
Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking of. I was thinking Fiora. I was like, isn't that Fiora? I was like, yeah, never mind. I messed up. My bad.
Hey Shadow,
Yeah.
you know about Milia Rage?
Melee Rage. It sounds like Guilty Gear.
It is.
Okay.
Look her up.
Does she
You probably like her,
does she have blonde hair or
or
something?
Yes, she
Giovanna.
does.
Oh no, yeah, no. I've seen her. What am I talking about? She has like long hair, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I know who she is. She's all right. I still like what's her name better? Jam.
Giovanna.
What's her name?
Oh, yes, Jen.
So yeah, what are we expecting from Xenoblade 3? What do we want? What are our hopes, our dreams, and whatnot? I'll tell you right now, that Blade gotcha summoning loot box system
Get it out.
better not be in there.
Throw the whole thing out.
It
What
better
was the
not
point
be
of
in
that?
there. It sucks.
It was artificial longevity.
Yeah.
You know the thing about it too as well is that if they would have put it back in, knowing Nintendo as they are now, that they've experimented enough with loot box systems and stuff in their mobile games, and then the other ways they've sort of like forced DLC into other titles that they've done, I could see them putting it back and having a pay system in there, like having an option. Oh, you could pay real money.
No.
If they're gonna-
That's how you
So,
ruin the whole series.
all you guys don't want the
Shadow would
Blade.
go broke.
Oh, you guys don't want the gotcha system in there.
If
I have
they're
a
gonna-
question. What alternative
gonna-
would you
oh, sorry.
want then for all the
Okay.
characters? we
Now,
had into?
hear me out. So the way Tornin did it is you just like slowly get more blades added to your existing party members, and you get more party members that join with blades. Don't have a shit ton of blades that you'll never see if you don't do the system. Just have like a small, better, more fleshed out amount of them. Sure, I guess it'll cut down on, I guess, uniqueness, I guess. But either I just didn't like the whole like randomness of it. I think you should just have like a certain amount that is like guaranteed to get, and then maybe like side quests give you other ones, and then
That
like for
would be the best way to
DLC.
do it.
I was gonna say,
Exactly.
like, if
Make
they-
them like weapons. Like yeah.
if they keep the gotcha system, at least make like the really rare core crystals guarantee you a new blade. Like make them hard to get.
Why should you
but,
even
like,
have to do that in the first place? That doesn't make any logistical sense.
Within a
I-
game like this, this is just a me thing. I feel like across like the 70-something hours I put into 2, I can tell you right now that system overall, if you get like specific blade, like rare blades early, you could snap the entire game in half, and it just kind of you could sit there and be like, well, I think I'm done for now.
I literally got Cosmos in chapter 4.
Fuck you. Go to hell. I hate you.
I know.
I remember when
got
you
her
were
in chapter
driving to that.
6. I got her in chapter 6, and my friend almost choked me.
It
I
lit-
didn't even know. I didn't even know about Xenosaga at the time. I was a
You
fairly
made me
new
sick.
Xenoblade
You made me
fan.
sick. Where's the kick button? Where's the kick button? Hold on. Oh my
Told you to
goodness.
watch out for him.
I remember.
I'm so sorry.
Shadow
Yo,
had a stream series specifically to get in Cosmos, and every time he would start it up, he'd never get Cosmos. It was like a running joke. It was like,
Oh,
I
that's
need to
so
get Cosmos.
unfortunate.
How many streams did you do trying to get Cosmos?
I want to say it was like 5. It had to have been
I think
5
it was
streams.
more.
How long were those
I
streams?
said, thankfully,
I-
I didn't really care to get her, so I never really looked for her. But
I
got
think
Taurus.
I think they were in total it was like 13 hours I spent
Oh no.
trying to get her.
Insane.
And she was the very last blade I got. And I refused to beat the game until I got her. So
This man,
yeah.
respect the hustle.
Never ever
Yeah.
don't bring that gotcha crap into this game. It's not needed. I think that whole system got abolished when the end of the game happened. I think. I'm not sure. Can't remember the end of the game too much.
Nah. There's Rex equip everyone. That's it.
Okay, yeah, that's probably what it is.
And when
Ma-
Torna dropped as well, Torna didn't have the gotcha elements either.
Okay.
Thank God.
So another thing I want to touch on real quick with Xenoblade 3. Listen, Q, I know this is probably gonna disappoint you, but
You're
think-
speaking some crime.
I think they're gonna tone down the
Oh, no. Oh, stop.
I'll
Stop
say
right
the
there.
Scantily
amount of,
clad.
the scantily clad, the amount of skins up here. We're not going to see
Please.
like characters that are as much skin showing as like Pyra and Mithra, because they even got covered up in Smash and nobody really had a problem with it. So you're not going to see Dahlia. You're not going to
Yeah,
see
Dahlia was something else.
Yeah,
Oh, my
It's
God.
just
I
not-
highly
here's-
doubt
here's
you're going to see it.
Here's the
Does
thing, right?
Dahlia have that really terribly designed, like, rabbit
Bunny.
person?
Yep.
Like
Bunny
that
with
snowy
massive
rabbit or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, God. I hate her design so
Oh.
much.
No,
She had
man.
like a Texas accent or some southern accent, something like that.
The weird thing, she's like, I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be based on the Chinese myth of rabbits making medicine on the moon. Why the heck does she have the voice of a southern belle? That makes no sense.
The whole thing is they have to find some way to make her appeal further to more people who want to spend hours upon hours getting her.
Again, when you think about it like this, right? Nintendo can do whatever they want. It's their game. It's whatever they want to do with their series and all that kind of stuff. But here's the thing, right? If you don't want money, then don't want money, right? Because here's the thing, right? there's a reason why Bandai Namco makes swimsuit DLC now and not just throw it in the game, because they know people are gonna pay for that, right? It's the reason Koei Tecmo does the same damn thing, right? Because sex appeal sells, and if people want to hate on that, fine, go ahead and hate on it. But the fact of the matter is that it sells, and that is a point. That is a fact. People may want to pretend that they don't want it because there may be one or two people who don't, but the vast majority want it. That's a fact, right? So if Nintendo doesn't want money, if they don't want money, by all means, tone the game down. Tone it down as much as you want to.
I don't think Xenoblade as a series needs sex to sell.
I was gonna say, like, Q,
not anymore.
It's not Ryza, okay? It's got fans.
Like, Q, my counter argument to that is sex may sell.
Either.
It can sell more. That's the point. It's like
You don't need sex to sell when
I feel like when the
Xenosaga
sex is anime, that kind of more limits your audience.
Like,
than
hell,
people
Q,
have.
I follow, like, a metric shit ton of artists. I can tell you right now, a lot of them care more when a character has a cohesive outfit on instead of whatever the fuck Myth or Empire are wearing. Because it gives them something easier to draw, and then it makes it easier to put them in different outfits.
what was wrong with Metro and Paris outfits? They were nice.
They were.
No.
They were a little
I
bit.
never really liked
They were
They were
bootleg
basically
PSO characters.
It was like no point for like Mithra to be showing so much skin. Like really, like listen,
Like,
I don't mind
I
looking.
like
Yeah.
Mithra's Smash design is sort of definitive.
Now,
But-
to be fair, they tie that into her character. To be fair,
Oh yeah,
Like,
they kind
There
of.
is
you know
that
what?
one
They
scene,
tied
yeah.
Chinese character into something about her character, and Shadow hates that part. Apparently.
Well, Shadow likes it. He just won't say it out loud.
Look,
I just don't care for it.
Here's the thing, right?
Kanye's
Ryza was not bought up because it was, you know, essentially. I'm just gonna say this, right? No one actually cared about Resident Evil, right? And it never sold
What?
anything because you know
whoa,
because
whoa.
no, I'm
gonna have to stop you right there.
Resident
Stop.
Evil is showing
Stop.
that hard.
Stop.
No.
Stop.
I'm playing counter argument here because everyone knows that everyone went for Vampire Chick because she had the appeal, right? And everyone's telling me, oh no, it's okay. People don't want this. Yes, they do. That's why it sells.
Cute.
Okay, whoa,
I don't know how to
stop.
break
Q,
this to you.
stop.
I don't know how to
Stop.
break it to you.
People would
But-
sell well even
You
without
do
her.
know that freaking Resident Evil is Capcom's biggest selling franchise.
Yeah,
right?
dude.
Yeah,
It would have
wow.
sold well without her regardless, okay? Maybe
And
not
also-
as much to get those extra people to buy it for her, but
Q,
it,
Q,
But
also-
it
would-
sold
it-
more than enough.
yeah, it wouldn't have been that significant. It's
let
not
me
that
tell you-
significant.
How
It's like
20
Sebastian says in
people,
the chat.
20 people don't have money.
Oh, wait, what?
The only
20
horny
people
Q,
have money.
Q, the only horny people who have money are artists. And guess what the artists are spending that on? Commissions. They're commissioning other artists while they're over there shuffling cash. Guess who's actually buying Resident Evil? People who want to
Here's
play the
something
game.
interesting.
You know what? You know.
I would go and say it's both.
You
Here's
know what?
something interesting.
Here's a-
No.
Mhm.
Monster Hunter World is actually Capcom's best-selling game.
No, I said
Ooh.
franchise. I said franchise, not game.
Best
All
on
right, well,
franchise.
let me look that up real quickly.
Okay.
Definitely look that up because the Resident Evil.
But even then,
way
yeah,
ahead.
Resident Evil with how much 7 sold, 8 was bound for success.
Yeah.
I think the thing with 8 is that a lot of people who I've never seen talk about Resident Evil was talking about it, and I think essentially, you know, I saw people who were playing it that I've never seen play a Resident Evil game, and it's the same thing. Like I remember when there was this game that came out on Steam. I think it was called Subverse or whatever have you. When that game was announced, the internet practically broke. Like the website that they had for it was just it went down, and then the game it was essentially
Subverse.
whatever it's called, that thing. It essentially people went out of their way to like get this thing. When Ryza was announced, everyone was like, "Oh my god, we must get this," and that was despite the fact no one played Atelier games other than like I don't know who. But Atelier games weren't like the biggest thing that came from Koei Tecmo, but people were like, "Holy crap, we must get this Ryza thing." And I'm not saying that hey, you need sex appeal to sell a game. All I'm saying is that it shouldn't be a thing that is so important that you have to sort of like try to make a character unappealing in the sense of like, okay, well, not gonna put these things inside it because we're afraid it's not gonna be able to be as inclusive with regards to more people picking up the game. I think in the end, at the end of the day, you have to know what your base is. You have, as a developer or as a publisher or whatever have you, have to know who are the people that are actually buying this series. What are their age group, the demographics, and so forth. In the same way, like for example, we make videos on YouTube, right? We look at our demographics. I look at my demographics, and I know for a fact the people who follow me are between the ages of 18 and 35, right? These are grown ass folks. I ain't making videos about no Teletubby stuff because no one's watching that, right? You know,
Yo,
I'm just
Teletubby
saying.
Tube.
I know.
I'm trying to
I
get some of
know.
that tubby custard.
I know what
my
my
God.
base is, and this is despite the fact that I know younger people tend to watch. You get better retention from younger people when it comes to videos. But I know for a fact that the younger people, they don't care about what I'm putting out. They don't care about my videos. You know, they're looking for the guy playing Minecraft or something like that, right? So essentially, it just comes down to that. It comes down to the fact. Wait, Shadow, are you actually playing the game, or is that just like a footage? I just saw like a menu. Like someone went to the Switch tab for a second. I was like, damn, did he just turn the game on?
My
he was-
immersion.
I don't know what I did. But yeah, for Xenoblade, what else are we hoping for in this game, or is that?
I want it to be less like Xenoblade 2.
Damn.
Basically.
Oh, they did.
Same.
I want
Yeah,
a less
same.
janky jump button.
Sorry.
Damn.
Shank?
Oh my
Uh,
gosh!
unless-
Can they please bring back like
Sprint system
Scales.
from X.
scales?
Yes, that's what I mean. Like, I want like the navigation and like the, for lack of a better word, the platforming of Xenoblade X. Like,
And-
I know
and just-
platforming isn't the right word, but
Whatever.
Traversal.
Oh, like you mean
Traversal?
like the movement options?
there we
no,
go. Like the
so.
movement, like the locomotion of like Xenoblade X was so fun. Just leaping around in Primordia, I loved that shit.
Yeah.
I really hope that like through like a post credit scene or like maybe even like blatantly hidden throughout the game, just please tie it back to X somehow and make Xenoblade 4 an X game. Because I need an conclusion to X's story.
Facts.
Oh, that cliffhanger is brutal.
Facts. That was ridiculous. They
Go
need
beat
that.
X.
And
They
also
need to
bring
go
back the actually good voice acting from like 1, because that was the
Damn.
voice acting in 1 was great, and 2.
Yeah, I do agree
Two
with
is
that.
hit or miss.
I will say that like anytime I hear Pyro or Mithra talk, it's like it feels so off. Like I can get with it now only because I've heard it for so long, but it just seems off. I'm not saying the voice actor is bad or she doesn't do a good job. It's just it seems like
She
it
needed
doesn't.
better. She needed a better direction.
Yeah, it feels like it doesn't
Bennett did a
fit.
great job.
You know what? Luigi says it the best. You know, more British voices help. Yeah, exactly. You know, you just have.
I
more-
think that was kind of the charm of the original Xenoblade was like the accents. Like, now,
Yeah.
Shulk, it's Rhine time. Rhine, you've got a good rhythm going. Like it felt so natural.
Yo, is it Rhine time? That's hype.
Oh my
It's
god.
Rowing time.
Oh,
Ricky.
so good.
I just
I
really
can't
hated.
do
I
the
from
Unbound
the
over
get,
there.
I hated Rex. From the get, I hated Rex. I hated his design. I
I
hated his
hate working
character,
with
and I
this-
hated his voice
I
actor.
hate these freaking designs so much. Like I'm looking at the
Yes.
footage and it's just like,
It's funny. I see a lot of people like.
Wow.
This is just me on the internet perusing wherever I go to like just look at art and memes. I sometimes see people praising Rex's design, and then I'll see like that one random ass person go, "Rex's design is just bad Titus from Final Fantasy X," and then they'll immediately get offended and start going, "No, Rex's design makes sense for what he's doing," and I'm sitting there like, "Who the fuck wears shorts while scuba diving?
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I
who the
was-
fuck wears shorts and boots like that while diving? I gotta know." Why is it
he's-
all
he's
soft?
a kid.
also I don't even think. Why doesn't he have? If he's going, he's actually a diver?
Yes.
Mhm.
He
Then why
dives in
doesn't he have
clouds.
sleeves? Like I don't know why that's bugging me. But does he have sleeves and gloves when he goes diving? So his
Anime
so he can
logic.
Yeah,
Guys,
anime logic. Don't-
I will
This is
say
like- you see the
His
thing about
second
that.
outfit makes him look a lot better.
Yo, that's the sex appeal right there.
I think people are thinking
Right.
about
How old
this
is
way
Rex?
too much, man. Like
He's like
essentially,
14.
if you think too much about games, you can't really like game logic or anime logic. Then you can't really truly enjoy the game. Sometimes you just have to like throw away disbelief and just enjoy the game, like enjoy the
Yeah.
gameplay. That's
That's
it.
what I'm
Look
saying.
past the frame
I
rate.
People
wouldn't
think
say
like-
that. I wouldn't
I
say
think
that.
it's good when people actually put logic and thought into the design of a world or a character, just a system that
Yeah.
they didn't have to. But if they're just like, I'll do this because it looks cool, unless it's like Guilty Gear, where it's obvious they're only doing things because it's stupid and cool, and that's just the logic of the world.
Yeah.
It's better to actually do things in a cohesive way.
Yeah, but
Making Rex look like that is
Rex-
stupid.
Especially if it's
guys,
making other
So
people.
bad guy
Let-
to
let-
kill his past self and still be fine is cool because he's so bad guy, and that's
Yes.
all the explanation you need.
Here's the thing
Yeah.
about Rex. Though. Rex dives in clouds. He doesn't dive in the ocean. He dives in
And why does
clouds.
he need the diving helmet? Why?
Actually,
costume makes less sense.
Q, he does technically go beneath the clouds and into the water.
I say there is water underneath those.
Yeah, where he
This
does.
makes even less sense.
Look,
Xenoblade 2 is terrible character design.
Look,
I don't actually get mad when I'm rambling like this, but like I'm actually really frustrated by these terrible character designs, and I hate it so much.
Look, here's the thing, right? I think this is exactly. When I was saying this about Neo, that I wasn't interested in the game because I thought the designs didn't look cool enough. I was told
They look like clothes people wear, not like
with people. I've never seen anyone in my neighborhood wearing that kind of.
It's more modern Japanese. Yeah, like it's more modern Japanese fashion in an urban setting, and less JRPG character.
Kira does not look fine.
It's
and
not
unless you mean fine, like fine, then no. Even then, she doesn't look fine. She looks so try-hard sexy. It is not funny.
Wait, which character?
Just two balloons full of pudding stapled to a plank of wood, and that's her design. You shove that in something that looks like a mishap at the Red Bondage fashion show, and it's just like no.
Okay,
No.
okay. Wait. I'll hold on, I'm gonna say this. Listen, I get where you're coming from, Hoodley. Like sometimes some realism is good, but here's the thing. I don't play games for realism. I play games for escape. I play games. No. Let me finish.
Tell him, Shadow.
Let me finish.
Tell him, Shadow.
So when I see a character that has ridiculously huge, chest, for example, I'm not worried about her back. I'm not worried about how she carries those around. I don't care. It's a freaking fictional character. When I read One Piece and Nami's torso is like a twig, I'm not questioning where her organs is. I don't really care. It's meant for escapism. It's not supposed to be real. Like, come on.
If I may put it in the context of something, and you still don't, it doesn't feel like you gave it conscious thought beyond just your wang. That's when it starts to bother me.
If I may make a counterpoint about that, escapism has its limits because you have to come to a point where you go, okay, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, okay. So
I'm a fan of Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. I love Lulu to death. Every time I look at her outfit, I have an aneurysm because, wow, that's cleavage. Why is her dress made of belts? Nomura, calm down. Like, it doesn't make any sense, and it gets to a point of stupidity.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right?
You just don't understand it.
Here's the thing, right? These are games, right? These are games with talking tigers and shit, right? Tell me how a tiger is talking to me. Tell me these are games.
A tiger has nothing to do with what somebody
it's fantasy.
He's trying to relate it to it not being real.
It's not exactly. It's not really. The tigers can talk. There's a character with fire powers. The on an alien planet with all these alien creatures and all that kind of stuff. The jump physics isn't real. The characters float a bit more when they jump. Look, here's the thing. Throw away your notions of like what it is like in reality, and just understand that it's just throw it away. You're in a game world. It's not.
They're living on giant animals.
Exactly.
You are literally in a different reality.
Then Q, I'm gonna hold it to the standards of what I see other characters in that world wear, and when you look at it, the lack of consistency starts to show, and it gets really fucking bad.
Did you have this feeling when it came to the inconsistency when it came to Kaine and Nier, because she's the only one in that entire universe dressed like that.
Yes, it does bother me. I get the message behind what she's wearing, but I feel like it could have been done a little bit better to fit within everything else.
You know what? Whenever someone says "but," right, they discredit everything they've said before it. Essentially, you just said, "You know what?" But the fact is that I don't care because I like this one.
Q, that's literally what you're doing to appease the horny side of your brain. We get it. No. You like attractive women and attractive things, but you have to understand something. You're also a grown-ass man, so you have to understand what the world you're experiencing is giving you. And if it's not the same as what X, Y, and Z characters are, but like these three characters are wearing something dumb, you have to call it out. You have to be ready to understand that this doesn't make sense.
Here's the thing, right? I may be the husband of dreams, right? But at the end of the day, right? When it comes down to all game characters, I am equal. There are husbando characters who walk around bare-chested and have all these different things about them, and they're cool designs, right? You don't see me out there saying, "Oh, this husbando character shouldn't be super strong looking and have all these sort of stuff because it's unrealistic,"
Again,
Shadow
The
mentioned
point-
One Piece, right? Shadow mentioned One Piece, right? One Piece is my favorite manga series, right? Favorite anime series. Luffy is a rubber guy, right? The guy's made
Yeah.
of rubber. I like that. It's super cool. It's interesting. It's fun. That's the thing. I'm reading it for the interesting story, for the character development, for the growth. I think it's more about how you develop your characters, more so than what your characters look like. That's essentially it for me. Your characters can look like whatever, but it's more how you develop your characters. Because in the same way that I like, yes, initially when I get into a game, I like to see characters that I find appealing. That
Okay, I was just
grab
about
my
to say
interest.
that.
But after that doesn't last forever. You know, looks don't last forever. So essentially, I want my characters to actually be developed in a good way, a substantial way, with substance. You know, you could start with looks, obviously, because you want to get people in the door, you want to get people to purchase. But at the end of the day, what are your characters really about? What's their personality? What's the bond? What's the story? That's what's most important. Not about, well, this character has unrealistic hair physics, or I don't know, or flame outfit, or the costume is too skimpy, or whatever have you. That's not really important. It isn't. You know, it just isn't. The only reason
And the case, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna be real with you. The only reason I'm not in One Piece is because of the character designs.
And
You can tell me
missing out.
you can tell me how well someone's written. If that's what I have to visibly look at every single time, I'm not gonna. It's gonna take me
Okay,
out
how
of the
about this?
experience.
Does JoJo's take you off the experience with their crazy ass designs?
Honestly, no.
Yeah,
Not
because
really.
it's realistic,
Rather
right?
fucking-
It's realistic
rather
for a
fucking
man
weird,
to bend
because-
in like in a weird
That's
shape.
only
that's
time-
really weird because
Listen
JoJo's
to me.
got some of the
then
craziest
let me,
designs.
Let me explain this. The only time I can genuinely say I was taken out of a part in like a large portion is the latter half of part 6, like 4 segments of part 7, and a lot of part 5.
I think these are just biased.
1, 2,
Five was
1, 2,
weird.
3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8 have a design consistency that don't make me go, what the fuck is happening here? It doesn't make me go, Araki, were you on something? I can sit there and fathom what I'm looking at. I look at Giorno's design, I go, okay, it's a little eccentric, but fine, and
And
then
with JoJo.
it starts.
Siska, I think it's unrealistic. Like, I like JoJo, right? I think JoJo is pretty interesting because you know the sort of eccentricity about the story. There's a lot of depth in
Man,
how
you
it's
guys
written
just
and all
go
that kind of-
completely off the rails. Jesus Christ.
I was about to say,
All
that's
right,
my
all
character.
right, hold on.
You're the one that said we didn't have that many topics.
Okay, yeah, I did, and I was kind of like letting you guys go, but you guys are going a little bit crazy. Hayden, I think you had something to say. Hayden, hold on.
Hayden!
Sorry, I feel like this was my fault.
I love Xenoblade 2, and I'm excited for Xenoblade 3.
Okay, all
I
right.
hope you enjoy.
You're just trying to get on the good side, aren't you?
We got a super chat saying realism isn't the point, it's the appeal, says Sebastian.
Let's go. I'm
Shout
here
out
for
to
it.
my boy Sebastian.
Yeah.
He knows what it's about. He
I
knows what it's
I
about.
would agree. I would agree with that. I think maybe like Hoodley. I think Hoodley is like an artist, so she might see it in a different way. But me, as long as it appeals, I really don't care. I will admit that some characters are showing too much skin at a time, and I'm just like it's unnecessary. But of course, I don't mind looking, obviously.
Like-
But you know, it's
Like
whatever.
for me, like, yeah, there were a couple of characters in there that I was like, okay, really? But then I just kind of moved on because
Yeah,
who cares?
yeah.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't have time to overthink that kind of stuff. I don't know. That's just me. I still loved the game.
Wait a second. Is Rex wearing freaking chaps?
Okay, okay, we gonna move on. We gonna move on. All right.
Please
Ooh.
move on.
I'm
Just
sorry.
looking at the footage gives
What?
me a headache.
I'm done. You can like Xenoblade 2 if you want. You can, if you like it, that's fine. Ah.
Hoodley's
my
like it. You
God.
could like Xenoblade, but if you do, you're an idiot.
I like the first game. I think the first game is fantastic. I hate the second game.
So as
For
long
more
as
Is your
than
only
just the
reason for
visual
hating
design.
it? Is your only reason for hating it or your primary reason is the character design, or is it more than that?
No, it's more than that. It's just the character design is just. I don't know. I have it readily available because there's footage here. I don't know. I didn't think much of the story. I didn't really like the characters very much. And overall, it felt like such a step down from the first. And also, the first one let you change the characters' outfits with their equipment, and I thought that was cool. Can't do that in 2. Would have been nice if you could.
I mean, technically you can change their outfits, but
Most of their outfits are DLC.
yeah.
Like just like the way Tails is going.
But I just mean like I don't like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in general, just as a personal opinion. And the character design is a factor to that. It's not all of it. And if you like it, then that's all well and good. You can like what you like. But I really did not like it.
Okay.
1 was great though.
All right. So that's about it for the Xenoblade talk.
Play Xenogears.
I don't think I don't have many. How much time do we got? Do we still gotta talk about some other stuff?
That's like Super Robot Wars?
No, we don't.
Yeah, man.
That's
I mean, look at that poll. Let's take a look at that
Shadow,
poll. Is Super
Shadow,
Robot
like-
Wars relevant? 58% of the populace says yes.
Shadow, like
Listen.
me during the whole Neo the World's End review segment, you don't really have to say a lot. You can just give a small thought and let everyone else enjoy it.
Listen, man. We don't need to talk about. I don't even have a gameplay to put up for SRW crap.
I mean, glad you asked, because if you go to Discord right now and you share my number.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, guys, SRW 30 got announced. I'm sure Bao wants to go.
Okay, since Shadow doesn't want to have enthusiasm, I'll take over here.
There we go.
So,
Bao wants to tell you about his
Super Robot
knowledge
Wars
stage,
30 is the newest entry in the Super Robot Wars series, and for the first time in 30 years, a non-OG game in the series is being localized outside of Japan. This is massive, massive news.
Hooray!
Now, if you don't know what
Big
Super
element.
Now, if you don't know what Super Robot Wars is, it's a crossover game of certain anime. Like, imagine Code Geass, Gurren Lagann, Gundam, Evangelion, Gridman, etc., all crossing over into one game and creating a cohesive plot that works well together. It's
Like
a
Kingdom
must-play
Hearts, but better.
series. Yes, just like that.
Is Big O in it?
Me up
And
in
Shadow-
the cohesive
And if you guys didn't know, Shadow Elite is going to be playing the game day one on his channel.
I
so
never.
You should check that out.
I never said this. I don't know.
Right,
yeah,
Shadow's not JRPG god enough for it.
Ah, no, man.
He ain't ready for this.
Hey, man, listen. If that's the case, then that'll be it. I ain't got time to be playing these less than reputable games.
Also, gotta remember, Shadow has a weird hate for visual novel-esque games.
Even
For
though
some
he
weird
plays
reason.
JRPGs, which a lot of JRPGs default to visual novel status.
Nah, no.
Are those yo-yos?
Yeah, exactly.
Electrically
charge,
bladed yo-yos.
Oh, hold on, we got some super chats. Rikuki saying, which I want to see at Gamescom, Sonic Rangers. And Sebastian is saying, adding to the SRW 30 fund. Talk to him. Sebastian's donated like $45 towards that fund. Shadow probably already owns the game by this point.
Listen,
You should.
Listen.
On Steam right now. Go pre-order.
I don't know what you guys are talking about here. Like,
Shadow, if you enjoy Fire Emblem and then say this defaults, and then say this is too visual novel for your liking, you can go sit in the corner.
got messed
That
up
is a
this
proper objection right there.
hold on.
It's an objectionable statement. I don't know.
Oh, it sounds fine to me.
Journey again.
Okay. So yeah.
Hey, Springer saying SRW 30 fund with $30 as well. Let's go.
Oh my
Shadow,
God.
clearly,
That's
clearly
over half the game.
I can only hear Shadow.
I can hear everyone.
I can hear everyone too.
You can hear me, or
Weird.
You can only hear Shadow.
you can only hear me?
Is what the
Oh no.
Stream
Chat.
sounds good.
What's going on? Can you guys hear us still, or nah? What's going on? Give us some feedback. Well, you know what, Chat, you don't have to hear anything. We talk about irrelevant games. You ain't gotta hear
Almost like you don't want people to like something.
Did
Ah,
you just
man.
mute everyone else because
Did
of
he
the...
sabotage us on purpose?
Hold
he
on a
really?
minute.
No, I didn't do that.
Oh,
I
that
didn't
guy
do
looks cool.
That would have been some petty ass shit. Holy shit.
Just like, oh, look at these guys talking about these doodle cakes. Let me mute them.
Also, Shao, this man played the original 1-minute trailer and not the new one. Sir,
not the 10-minute trailer. I'll tell you,
sir,
right?
if you don't get it together.
Listen, I just went with the first one that I found. You know, this was the
Sir,
first one that.
if you don't play that full sexy trailer,
all right. You guys go ahead and keep talking about
It's
it.
good now.
So try to sell me on this game. Besides, like, you know, the story, which I'm pretty sure it's gonna be, you know, a whole bunch of mishaps and crap, time travel, whatever, and pulling people from alternate
Time
timelines
travel?
and whatnot.
We don't-
What's
Shadow.
going on with the gameplay?
in Super Robot Wars, we don't pull. Oh, you're coming from different dimensions, and now you have to work together. No, that's not how these games work.
Oh wow.
These characters exist already in this universe.
How's that possible?
Yes,
How does it
is.
work?
It's
How
a-
do
it's a
how do
sol-
the mech
Yes.
characters all exist
Yes.
in the same?
Yes.
an example I can give you, Shadow. You've probably played a little bit of it. Tales of Crestoria. It's literally that, where everyone is already coexisting in this one world.
So
Or
it's not-
another example is let's say like Marvel movies, like they can be standalone or they can have like other characters in those universes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a bad example, but okay. I'm gonna let that rock.
Shadow, I am promising you, these games are good. Everything good. Everything.
You can play like 4 of them. You could. There are like 4 or 5 you can play right now in English.
Yes,
Do any
there's
of them
nothing
have
stopping you.
Big
You
O?
can literally play right after this podcast. Nothing
Super Robot
stopping
Wars
you.
Z2 has Big O, if I remember.
You,
correctly.
you said it.
Yep.
And on
And Z.
Steam.
No, it's a PSP game actually.
Well, the entire Z series, so PS1 or PS2, PSP, and PS.
Where are the Transformers?
We don't have. those, but we have
That's
the
funny you
Brave
say it. It's
series.
funny. It's
What
funny.
about Power
Okay, it's
Rangers?
funny you say that because we do have my gun. And
Power
Jack
Rangers.
Rangers.
Are the
Power Rangers have
in there?
been the mobile game.
All right, guys, one at a time.
Any other series you want to know I've been in, just ask. I know literally every single
Right.
one.
So how's the
Zoids
game?
have been in multiple entries.
So how's the gameplay
I
like
agree.
evolve from each game to each game? What's going on with the gameplay?
Base gameplay stays the same, but every game has their own unique mechanics and upgrade systems within it.
Is the story connected?
Also,
from
this
game to
one-
game?
Usually, no. You'll know if a game is connected because it'll be like Z, Z2, Z3. 30 is standalone.
Is there going to be a 32?
Highly unlikely.
Do you
So-
think 40 is going to be a sequel to 30?
Highly
That would be a-
unlikely,
that'd
but
be a
we'll see
really
in 10
weird ass-
years.
That'd be a really weird ass paced sequel.
We will see in 10 years, Riku.
I'm just
This
saying.
game ends perfect.
Was there SRW 20?
Technically, but it wasn't called that.
All I'm saying is H. Draycon's got a good point. Shadow, don't mind them and play better games. You know what? He might be on.
Draycon sounds like an idiot.
What was his
He
name?
might- he
Shadow?
might
What
be-
was his name? What was it?
I thought you guys were supposed to be
H.
wholesome over here.
Draycon.
Fandom.
H. Draycon.
Oh,
Is this
man.
like-
I'm not going to time him out from Shadow, but I will report him to YouTube.
Oh,
for
man.
pornography and sexual
Lord of
explicit
mercy.
material.
Oh man.
Child
like
abuse? I can
child
report this
robots.
motherfucker for child abuse too. Let's go.
Oh
there
no.
are children in
No,
SRW.
Who had another question?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so since these games are not connected, how does it keep it cohesive with regards to the characters? Because I'm assuming characters return from different.
These games
series,
are
right?
standalone unless they're part of a specific sub-series.
Think of it like Final Fantasy.
Yes.
Literally,
Yeah,
yeah.
but- yeah,
10,
yeah,
10,
but-
2, 13,
but
13, 2.
Don't the characters move over from game to game though?
Different continuities.
Yeah, like a lot of
Oh, that
one
Like,
gun.
have you seen Higurashi?
So they're picking them out
No.
from different timelines.
Yeah, because I'm wondering, like, let's say for example you have Gundam Zero, right, in there, right, and
Gundam Zero.
Hello?
Here we go. Here we go.
I can't remember his name. Okay, let's just say, right, you
Man,
have,
it's
you have
made up a Gundam show.
like here's the
He's
thing,
talking
right?
about Wing Zero, obviously.
Wing Zero, right? So we got Wing Zero in there, right? And
Yes.
how many? Let's say Wing Zero is in like 5 of these games or something like that.
It's been in like 30. But yes.
All right, so he's been in 30 games. How does his continuity go on if all these games are not connected in any way, shape, or form? Like
These are
does he-
different versions of this character.
Yeah,
It's like,
okay.
this, like okay,
two
one
games.
game. Let's say Hero Yui is, I don't know, he's part of
rare?
the Britann. Yes, he's part of the Britannian Empire from Kogios. And another continuity, Hero Yui is fighting, and I don't know, the Gundam turning from G Gundam. These heroes have nothing to do with each other. They're all different people each time.
You see how this all can get confusing?
I
No.
know.
Not really.
It's not.
so-
Just play
It
the game.
is.
You
Nah.
people
Like,
want to
it-
say
it
these
is.
games look
See,
like
see,
appealing.
you
These
guys-
games look confusing.
You guys are sitting up here from your SRW fanboy hill.
Shadow,
You're not
you
seeing
don't-
how it looks like from the outside looking in.
Shadow,
anymore.
I can tell you right now, as someone who is an outsider looking in, I looked at that and went, "This." So it's just this series pops up in this game, but this series pops up in this game. Same series, but two different
This
ways
is
of
not.
writing.
This is not complicated, Shadow.
I would say, and in that sense, do you expect Ryu from Smash Bros to know what happens in Street Fighter V?
Yes,
No,
exactly.
it's
Like,
not
what are you
what's
talking
Different
about?
continuity.
Whoa,
Different
time out,
though.
time out. We're not even talking about. At this point, story and Smash is irrelevant. So like, that's
Exactly.
not a perfect example.
Okay, no,
Okay.
I'll give you a better example. You expect Mega Man X from Project Cross Zone to know what happens in Mega Man X and X4, even though they're technically from the same game. It's the same X from the same game, but two different ways of things happening.
You see how
Isn't it
see
alternative-
that right there? That makes it complicated. Do you see
No,
how
it doesn't.
how you gotta think about?
Can I
Oh,
try?
which continuity is this Mega Man X from? Is he from
No,
X4
you
or is he
don't.
from
Not
X6?
really.
Is this
It's
before
not really-
X5? Is this X8?
Shadow?
Like you
Shadow,
have to think
Shadow,
about
let
it.
me-
Shadow, calm down.
Okay.
No,
I'm
because you
explaining
guys
this.
think.
Shadow.
Oh my god,
Shadow-
you guys
Shadow-
think this is all
Shadow.
just from
No.
from an outsider's
Shadow.
perspective. That's a
Shadow.
little bit confusing. Okay,
This
go ahead.
isn't rocket science. It's kindergarten.
I
Now
just
let me
say it's a
explain.
little bit confused. No, it really
If you
is.
played 30, why would you need to know what happens in the other games? You're not playing them. Who cares?
No, I'm just saying for you
What?
guys' example because I believe Q asked the question.
Can I try?
If you play 30, you don't need to know any of these other continuities because you're not playing them. Worry about them when you get to them. And when you
Okay.
play them, what happened in 30 doesn't matter because that's not the same character.
See, you really don't see how
Same
that's like
person.
to a normal person
Shadow,
looking in
Shadow, I'm
that.
gonna put
That
it
just
to you
looks
like
crazy.
this.
That just sounds crazy.
Shadow, I'll
It's
put it
not
to you like
complicated.
this. Same person, same name, different place they came from.
How is this complicated? Do you not play crossover games, Shadow?
No.
When you see Ryu pop up in Ultimate Street Fighter or whatever, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom,
You're not concerned
That
about
re-
the story in that. You're not. It's a fighting game. You just play with
if
the
it
guy.
did have a
Fighting game.
story, why would it matter what this other Ryu
Yeah,
and another
Q-
crossover
Oh,
does?
okay. That's
Why would that
3
matter?
Marvel 3 has an
Oh,
arcade
cool.
mode because those arcade modes have stories to them, so...
Okay, here, let's put it this way, right? Like, I enjoy Tekken 7, right? And Akuma is in Tekken, right?
Yes.
I am not thinking about like when Akuma showed up. I'm not thinking, oh, you know what? How does Akuma work in this whole story of Tekken? I'm like, no, they
Because-
cameoed him to get money. That was it.
No,
I say, isn't
No,
he
no,
there
wait,
to
stop,
take
stop.
out
story,
to take out
the
the
story
wait,
of
wait.
Tekken 7 explains that.
Wait, stop, because no, Q still has a point. Even though you are right, Sosuke, Q does have a point. He's still in
What's the
there
point?
because to sell Tuck and 7 a little bit more. That's the point. They do integrate him into the story, like more than I even expected, because he's actually part of the Mishima story. But at the end of the day, he's in there to sell Tuck and 7 more because a Street Fighter character, isn't it?
Hold up. We got a super
I mean,
chat.
no one- I don't think
from,
anyone-
from Asbel. Hold up, we got super chat saying so. It's like Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy. How Final Fantasy Cloud is separate from Kingdom Hearts Cloud.
Yes. It's literally that.
Kinda. And then Acebreaker says it's mechs going boom boom in a strategy game. Come on, I say thank you, Ace. It's literally
Yeah.
it's not that deep,
I
bro.
don't understand how
It's
you
not
guys think
rocket
this is
science.
complicated. Like what?
I kind of get it, sort of.
Like,
Can I try seeing if I have this idea right in a way that might help Shadow?
Go for it.
sure.
Okay, so
okay, go ahead.
this is kind of a weird thing to pull from because I'm not really a super big comics person, but from what I understand, because like DC, whenever they have something that like doesn't fit with like the rest of, they have like the multiverse thing like that. Is it
Yeah.
kind of like that where people are like they have the same person in with like the same stuff and everything, but they're in like a different world. It is separate from everyone else, and it is their own
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
But they are the same person technically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
it's like
yeah.
Superman, New 52, Superman. You can think of it that way. You don't need to know what regular Superman did if you're just watching New 52.
All right, cool. Yeah, I think I got. it.
So you don't. Oh my god. Okay, go ahead.
There's something else that happens in the series as well. Like for example, let's say in Super Robot Wars Z1, when you beat that game, you go to Z2. Some of the Z1 characters come over at some point, and the characters from Z1, because Z2 is a sequel to Z1, At the end of Z1, spoilers, I think they get transported to another dimension. But some of I think some of the anime went into like other versions, like their other seasons, kind of. So like Get a Robo.
Confuse him with this example.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So it's more like it's. Where's I going with this?
Shadow, I'm gonna put it to you like this: Sonic and Classic Sonic.
Explain it.
It's modern. It's like modern Sonic and Classic Sonic. Same person, two separate entities. There.
But my thing is, if you're just playing 30, why would you need to know any of these other entities?
You wouldn't.
Right, like you wouldn't be confused. That's where I'm confused at.
I'm just saying,
Like you don't need to know 30 years of history to play like one game, because none of those characters matter.
And also,
if none of those characters matter, how does the story matter?
What?
I think they mean when
Okay,
connected
so-
to their original properties.
exactly.
Okay, so what you're saying is that we don't need to play any of the other games. We just need to play this one.
Yes.
Yep.
Jump
Fine.
in wherever
None
you
of the other
want. It
games
doesn't
matter.
matter. No.
Ah,
Standalone. 100%.
Okay.
So wait a minute. So let me just make sure I 100% understand this. I believe I've seen even reoccurring characters in the series. They have to reintroduce themselves to everybody else. Is that what you're
who
saying?
wasn't around.
That's what I'm thinking.
To
you
everybody that was already in the series?
Are you talking about like one of the other games that are part of a mini series like Z1 and Z2?
See, what the fuck
Or
is all
Alpha.
this, man? God,
Shadow.
I'm done.
Do you
I'm
wanna know
done.
Shadow, it's a sequel to another game in the series like Final Fantasy X and X-2.
Okay, you
Is that
make
what you're talking about?
You're making it seem like it's a different timeline entirely from what's
Shadow.
different.
It's Final Fantasy Shadow.
Okay, so
Characters have nothing to do with two.
answer my question. If a character has been reoccurring or has been coming into these games all the time, do they have to reintroduce themselves over again?
They've
Yes
never
or no?
existed.
Oh my god.
Like Shadow.
It's Shadow. I don't
Listen, Shadow.
understand your
Okay.
Shadow,
confusion.
I need to explain it to you
okay.
like this. If Luffy and Goku were in one game, but then you go to another game where Goku isn't around and Luffy's beating fucking Naruto, Luffy would have to introduce himself again because Naruto's never met him.
So if Goku showed up, he wouldn't have to introduce himself. But so this is all still taking place within the same like Koifa story?
Shadow, no.
No,
Didn't
no, it's
I
not.
never said
Okay.
meet up in one episode.
They did. But
It's literally just
No,
Final Fantasy,
Riku,
Shadow.
Riku, you're
Literally
right,
just
that
Final
did-
Fantasy.
Riku, you're right, that did happen, but when they met in J-Star's Victory Versus, they didn't know each other, so they met each other again. I don't know any other way to explain it.
Anyway, series is relevant. Let's move on.
I don't understand. Like any series, Final Fantasy.
I say it seems like Hoodley got a good grasp of it, so I'm just giving Shadow doesn't want to have a grasp of it.
I don't understand his confusion. Any long-running
Does not
series
wish to read.
like
Yeah,
Xenoblade X and
is the one I
Xenoblade
should check
2.
out.
These series have nothing to do with each other.
So I still don't think you guys answered my question.
What
I
is
don't know,
okay? What is the
Sebastian.
question?
No,
Hold on,
it was-
Sebastian with a super chat. Hold on, he's saying what what even happened? Also, more SOW fun. Yes, Sebastian.
Yes.
Okay, so
Wait, hold on. Oh, Kaniku, hold up. Hold on. I was saying it's likely a comic book run, different run / game, different iteration of characters. Simple as that. Yeah, that's
Yes,
basically
it doesn't
Just
get any
literally
simpler than
just
that.
different iterations of them in different universes.
Yeah, it's pretty much fun.
okay, but yeah, my question from earlier still didn't get answered. I'm not gonna go into it, but
What is
yeah.
your question then?
No, I had an example. I think
We can't break
Sosuke
this
had
down
it.
any simpler.
Sosuke said that if Goku meets
I don't have
Luffy,
you-
but Luffy meets Naruto, is Goku
Shadow,
still
okay,
is
you know,
Luffy
I'm
still gonna have to
I'm
introduce himself to
simplify-
Goku?
Shadow, I'm gonna.
Answer that question, please.
Shadow, I need
That's not the
Answer
same
that question.
scenario. Oh my god.
Shadow, I'm gonna answer the question with a different analogy. Have
Okay,
you seen
no,
have
you
seen
can't-
Into
you
the
can't- no.
Shadow? Have
No.
you seen Into the Spider-Verse?
No. Okay,
Ah,
you're
that's
not
such a good movie.
you're not answering my question, so I'm not gonna sit here and answer yours. Or we're good here.
Question's been answered.
Like you're being purposely difficult for the simplest question.
So can you say yes or no to that question?
It's not the
Shadow,
same.
if you wanna
It's
Yes,
not the
Shadow,
same, so
Shadow,
we
if you wanna
can't
yes
give
or
you
no,
a
Oh my
yes.
god.
It's a yes, Shadow. Shadow, it's a yes.
It's a yes.
Jesus
It's a yes.
Christ.
Thank you. Thank you, Riku. Thank you for answering my simple question that these SRW fanboys could not answer. Thank you.
Simple question because you
guys are over. It's a simple yes or no question. Would Luffy have to introduce himself to Goku if you already met Goku? Yes or no?
Yes, he
Yes.
would.
Okay. So, okay. That was my question. You guys are going with different
had to-
examples, different analogies. Answer my question.
Because we had to simplify something that's very easy to understand.
Okay,
Several people in the chat have said
if it was simple, you could just answer my question.
We
If
did.
Okay, okay, all right. Well, okay. You guys got it. I'm done with the game. I'm not even gonna play. So we're good to go.
I can check out V2 if I want to play one with Big O.
Yes.
And any game
Alright,
in the series.
Alright, I'll look that up. Thank you.
Oh, and Acebreaker with a donation saying, or super chat saying, Shadow acting like a petty girlfriend over Super Robot Wars.
Man, listen, I'm just trying to figure out what these guys are finding so great about this game. But
Well, I mean, you don't
even
agree.
take our
Right.
word for it. Just try one, Shadow. You don't have to take our word for
Sebastian
it.
has donated over the last 3 streams damn near $40.
You know what, Shadow, I despite the fact that, I understand that it can be quite complicated and all that kind of stuff, I have to admit that Sebastian has been donating, so has Ace and everyone else towards this Super Robot Wars, and
hey, don't be adding to the fuel to the fire, man. All right, listen.
Listen, I'm gonna do. I'm
Sebastian
gonna
was
go by
another
the
Shadow,
super
I
chat.
want to see it. I just want to see one, even if
Sebastian
I
with another
do.
super chat. Hold on. He's saying Shadow is scared of the series. He's just stalling. Oh,
He's acting
Yeah,
like it.
yeah.
Shadow,
I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. That's what I'll say.
Shadow, all
I'm
I'm
terrified.
do what I do. Get your copy so you can keep talking shit, man. That's all you gotta do. Get yourself
Play
a
the
copy,
game first.
and then
Do
talk
not-
your shit
So
after.
Okay,
play the
when
game.
the official
So
North
play the
American
game,
release,
and then
I can do that.
and then I can say it's irrelevant. Okay, you know what? I'll do that.
If you
Then
give
no
the
one
game
can
a
tell
fair
you.
shake, you're welcome to your opinion of it.
Exactly. Like Tales of Arise
As
ain't
of now,
shit.
you're just acting like a hater.
Tales of Arise ain't shit, but I got my copy. Pokemon Sword and Shield ain't shit. I got my copy. I can say that.
Wait a minute. You got your copy of what?
Pokemon Sword and Shield it ain't shit.
That's what I thought you said.
Yeah, it's a trash game.
I was just making sure. Just making sure you ain't doing nothing wrong.
Exactly.
Anyways,
Okay, moving
what's
on.
everybody been playing lately?
Nah, I don't think we even got time for that. We ran out of time. Y'all went too crazy with SRW.
That was all you, Shadow.
Nah,
Don't even put that on us.
Nah, that was me for the last 5 or 8 minutes. That was me off for
I
the
mean,
rest of it.
Tell everyone
I can
about
scroll up.
Attorney.
I can scroll up through the stream chat and just see how many people have told you, bro. It's just like a comic book.
Okay. Alright. Cool.
Hayden's internet died.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, he messaged me. His internet connection crapped out on.
This is Blake's made up story when really Hayden was like, look, this getting too much for me, man. I'm out. Peace.
I know, right?
See you
Yeah.
later."
He's like, I'm done. He's like, I'm not,
I like
I'm not
the
coming
one
back
time I
anymore.
invite Hayden on, fucking everybody's here, bro. There's 20 fucking people in here.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I should have kicked the SRW lovers out. Anyway,
Good lord.
anyway, I think we're at time. We've been doing this for 2 hours now. I think we're at time.
So I
Yeah,
can't tell everyone about Ace Attorney.
Not really.
Oh. Go play
What
Ace
about
Attorney
this
Chronicles. It's
Yeah, I
good.
was gonna say, I need to get that.
So yeah, let's wait. How long will we be going? 2 hours here?
Yep.
Yeah, it's been about that.
Probably.
I think they
People love them long.
Wait, does Shadow have gameplay
Pause.
going on behind that take your bro, my immersion's been broken.
Oh, man. All right.
Ace, you don't know what you're talking about. Go play Ace Attorney, you uncultured swine.
Ace Attorney has sleep. Oh, bro, yo, Ace Breaker got takes, bro.
We sacrificed Ace Attorney for SRW. I mean, I'd probably rather play Ace Attorney or SRW. I'm just saying.
You should play Ace Attorney. It's great.
I'm like literally mostly joking with that, but how it triggers you guys is just amusing.
Shadow's just being Shadow.
Shadow, as someone who's read through all of the original Tsukihime and all 3 options for Fate Stay Night, when people do that shit, it irks me because it's like, how dare you?
Oh man, I'd rather play Crossbell. Oh wow, you hear this, Rico?
Is that what Ace said?
That's what Ace said, man.
Oh, oh,
Motherfucker!
Yeah, hey,
There it is.
But yeah, you can totally chase Eternity Chronicles. You get to meet
October, goddammit!
October 8. Riku, no, say it ain't so.
October 1st is when your bitch ass gets off you.
You know, Shadow's like, look, we've been on here for like 2 hours, man. Let's wrap this up. And then he's like, let me just take one jab at the one guy who's gonna give us an extra hour of an attack. Riku, your game ain't shit. That was basically it, you know.
Shadow, you should totally play Eternity Chronicles. Is great. You get to
Right.
play with the guy named Herlock Sholm.
I actually I tried to play Ace Attorney. It's not for me.
All right.
For it.
Well, I tried.
Yeah. I played it once on the DS, and I don't think it was anything in particularly wrong with it. Like I just didn't care for like the whole it was mostly visual novel and stuff like that, and like it was like a puzzle, not a puzzle game per se, but
it's a mystery.
Yeah, mystery. Yeah,
I'm not a huge fan of visual novels either.
Yeah, I ain't really care that much for it, so
that's fair.
Okay.
I think
it's not for everyone. But still, it's great.
Okay.
It's always professionally done.
All right, I think we're gonna get up out of here. But chat, you guys got any last minute things you guys want to say?
Oh no,
Ace
don't say last minute things. Yeah, say you know Ace.
Isabel just said play 13 Sentinels. You love to see it.
Oh no,
Ace
Ace.
will blacklist to know.
That's
Don't
great.
give Crossbell because it's filler, according to Ace.
Go
Oh
play
no.
Wow,
East 9.
Crossbell is not filler.
Flirt. There's nothing canon about you.
Riku, that is obviously a blatant face lie. He's trying to trigger you. Relax.
Aspel,
You
no,
motherfucker.
hold up. We got a super chat. Aspelon saying play 13 Sentinels.
You love to see it.
Yeah, do that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'll play 13 Sentinels when Shadow plays it.
I was thinking about getting 30 Sentinels because it was on sale for like $25 or something like that.
You haven't played 13 Sentinels yet?
Oh no.
Nah.
Unwatched.
Go do that.
Nah,
Go play it.
I'm sure it's a good game. It's just it seems like 80% visual novel, 20% gameplay, and I'll just have
See,
to.
I told y'all.
I can
Shadow
tell you
has
it is
that.
not.
Shadow is against visual novel-esque games.
There's nothing wrong with that, though. I mean, visual novels. You're sitting there
If
reading
you're a
lot.
Fire Emblem fan and you say that, the corner's right there.
I think
That doesn't track.
I think
If
it
you're a
depends on
Fire
the.
Emblem
I
fan, you
think
won't play 13 Sentinels because you think it's too much of a visual novel. That is like a contradiction right there.
Yep.
some
Yeah.
visual novels
I'm
are
just
boring
saying.
and some are interesting. That's
Some
it.
visual novels look like Ryza and some look like SRW.
I'm just saying a lot of I've heard from a lot of people that say that it's more visual novel than gameplay. So take
This
it out
is
what
true.
you say, what you will.
This is true. But it's
Super
so
chat?
good.
Hold up. We got a super chat from Night Fury saying, one of these days I'm going to give baby Blake his NyQuil Monster Stories 2. Yo, Night Fury been talking hella cap about wanting to fight me in Stories 2. Night Fury, don't you act like this, bro. Don't you worry, bro. I'm going to wax your ass on stream in front of everybody, bend you over the table, get those fingers in that butthole, lick it up, left and right, up and down, in and out. Kaneko Dash also with a super
Gonna give
chat
him
saying,
lube?
play God-Hated Beautiful Joe. Okami has enough.
He's right.
Also, H-Sign. How do you say that?
Attack sign.
Can't invite any kiddos to this stream at all.
Inviting children to a stream where someone like myself and Blake are around. What's wrong with you?
I know,
Well,
right?
I'm kid
H-Sign.
friendly.
Blaze
Great
Blue's story
RPG.
is not fine. It is a mess. It is.
Blaze Blue's story is a mess. It is a mess.
Garbage.
It's all over the
It is
place.
terrible. It is nonsensical. It is atrocious.
Wait, what
It
game are you
is
talking about?
every single negative word I have at my disposal in my current vocabulary.
But let me tell
is
you why you
bad.
should play it anyways, because the fighting game portion goes.
Yeah, the fighting game's fine. Its story is just. It is.
Still alive.
booty is terrible.
We haven't even done outros.
It is
yet.
just abysmal.
Yeah, we should do outros.
Wait, what game?
sorry.
What game was that you guys was talking
Blaze
about?
Blue.
Oh, Blaze Blue.
I am a Blaze Blue fan,
It's
and
so
I can
terrible
tell
they
you.
made a visual novel to explain more of its story, and they explained literally nothing, and they just added more crap.
Nah, I like Blaze Blue.
I
though.
think
All
that's
for
what
the-
code
all for
embryo
the gotcha.
games are.
All for the gotcha game.
Okay. All right, let's go out with our outros.
It's not Kingdom Hearts level of confusing. Kingdom Hearts at least has a basis that they can use to explain other things. People just don't pay attention because, oh, it's so cheesy.
Nah, Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue got some really confusing.
Guilty
stories
Gear's
going on.
only explanation is that they do things because magic and it's cool. That is literally all the
Shadow,
justification they
I'm
need.
about to explain Guilty Gear's story like this. Daisuke woke up one day. That's it.
I'm just saying. I'm not sure if it's Guilty Gear or Blaze Blue that had the one character literally named that man. I don't know. That's
Guilty
just,
Gear.
No, that's Guilty Gear.
that was insane to me. I'm like, they literally named him that man. I had to go look it up, and it was a Wikipedia entry. That man. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Okay.
Now his
Guys,
name is just that
again,
man.
Daisuke
That
Ishiwatari
man.
woke up one morning and said, I'm gonna do this.
All right, let's go with the
He
outros.
decided to make an album
for
and then they made a
outros,
video.
people.
Outros, people. Outros. Bao, go ahead.
This has been Bao Sakariga. Thank you for coming to another episode of the Bao and Blake for Shadow Down and for Super Robot Wars Time Story
Let
podcast.
me mute this
We
man.
appreciate you guys coming out, and we will see you next time. And by that time, Shadow will have played his first SRW. Why? Because Blake and I will put him in a chair and stab a knife through his hand. So we can't.
I'm sorry.
Firmly
he's mute.
grasp
Oh,
it in your hands.
Gentlemen,
He's mute. He's
Gentlemen,
muted right now.
violence.
Something must have happened to his mic.
Firmly
Sosuke,
grasp
you
it in
you
your
wanna
hands.
go ahead, man?
I am once again passing through back to my own devices and things I gotta do. I've been Adisu Sosuke. You can catch me sometime this week playing Scarlet Nexus and most likely playing whatever I feel like downloading on my PS4 because I'm gonna be real. I have a lot of games I want to play. And go buy Melty Blood Type Lumina when it comes out. It has good gameplay and action and rollback. Y'all
What
love that
platform
rollback
is it on?
netcode.
All right.
What platforms is it on?
PS4, Switch, and Steam.
Oh, cool.
All right. Riku.
Riku's on the only one here. Ace Breaker, you got me fucked up. Your boy Hayden has let you down, Blake. And this episode of the podcast has been a hot mess. But you guys, so have a good night.
Code Vein, by the way.
Lord,
Blake.
It has been that time. I'll have to do Hayden's outro for him as well, because he.
Come on, why don't you?
He tried to what? Riku. No, you know, we ain't gonna fucking talk about Riku's on fucking one. All right. So a big thank you to everyone for coming out. You guys can find me at West Town HD on the various platforms: Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, the like and whatnot. It was a great podcast. Tonight was heated. We haven't had a podcast this upbeat and spicy in quite a while. It was quite relaxing. You can find me on all those various platforms, like I told you about. We're still playing through Cold Steel 4 and whatnot on the Twitch side. Probably going to be getting back into that heavily this week. I'm going to take a bit of a break from Skyward Sword because my sword swinging hand is getting a little sore. So going to have to pause. Stop. I knew someone was going to make that joke. And yeah, if you guys want to find Hayden, you can find him over at Hayden. What's his tag again? Hayden Riku, you shut the fuck up. No one likes you.
Mike, you got a super chat directed at Riku.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, we got a super chat. Ace Breaker says, "You're welcome, Riku." From Ace, fact, spit, and breaker. Oh my gosh. He said, Ace, my name is Ace, middle name, fact, spit, and last name, breaker.
Ace,
But,
I hope you choke on your own spit at 4 a.m. in the morning and you can't go back to sleep.
Okay.
And yeah, that's basically it. For Amazing follow us over on Twitch. You're still playing Trails of Cold Steel 4. Game is fun so far, but I'm playing on Nightmare, so I mean, you know.
All right. Q.
It is I, your husband of dreams. My family are probably hating me right now because it is 2 a.m. in the morning and I am laughing and losing my shit inside here. And I have not soundproofed the office yet, so I'm sorry, everyone. I didn't mean to keep you up this late. That being said, thank you, all of you beautiful people, for being here and having the good, beautiful conversations about good quality waifus and all that kind of good stuff. I will be streaming tomorrow, and I'm dropping a review tomorrow as well for Shadowverse Champions Battle. You can find my review on my channel LP Guardian, and I'll be streaming on Simply Binge. I think at 3 p.m. Something like that, after the embargo lifts. The same game, Shadowverse. So if you want to hop in, hang out with your boy for a bit, do that. If you don't, well, you know, you're a hater and such is life. So yeah.
All right. Thank Cutley.
Okay. Thank y'all kindly for tuning in and hanging out. I believe I have justified my apology at the beginning of the podcast for being here and just generally existing in the first place. If for some reason you want to learn about some random PS2 skateboarding game where you hold the controller sideways and kill aliens, I have a video on that. I'm hopefully going to be checking out more JRPGs in the future, like Okage and Stella Deus, Shining Tears. I think that's the one I have. And just maybe Guardians Crusade. I don't know, just a lot of random stuff no one cares about. So probably don't tune in for that. I have a second channel. It's about card games. I'm gonna have an unboxing video where I open $160 of Mega Man Battle Network trading cards.
I'm there for that.
Okay, well, it's like an hour and a half. Try to trim it down, but like, I didn't even know that game existed. I have a Twitch, Twitter, all that. I don't think you should check it out, but you know, I exist in the ether I exist in the digital ether of the internet. So that's something.
All right. Okay. And
Play Ace Attorney.
And yeah, you guys know me, Mr. JRPG, the primary antagonist, the man with the immaculate views on any game, especially Super Robot Wars. But yeah, we out of here. Catch you guys.
1v1 me in Street Fighter, and then you can talk this mess.
Oh man. All right, we out of here.